Can you hear me? First, like always. I think Baja's been first the last few days. He might have you beat, my friend. Also, welcome in, though. I hope you're having a good day. Duncan made my coffee wrong this morning, but it's okay. It still tastes good. I put it in the fridge to save it for this time. Yes! Well, welcome in. Welcome. Today's been a day already, man. So I hope today's been good for you. It's been alright. He usually is here first. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a boy or girl Baja, but Baja usually is the last few days anyway has been first. Oh, let me update my thingy. I have earned a little bit more, so our goal has changed. I'm a little behind. My goal is to try to stream every day on YouTube at 3:30 to 5:30. Feed the dogs at 6:30 to like 9:30, 10:30. Stream on TikTok and Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays will be TikTok and YouTube. That's the goal. I have to take a break in between to feed the dogs and stuff like that, but so I'm a little late today, but it's okay. I was later yesterday. Yeah, it's a good day. Just enjoy my last vacation day. Ooh, home vacation or what? I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Hell yeah, brother. I can't remember the last time I took an actual vacation, but to be honest with you, I'm such a homebody that I would really just love a staycation. My goal is to have a staycation soon. I just don't like going anywhere without my dogs. And the most I would do is just, travel the US, I guess. Um, Yay! Our goal has been increased. So my car should be done tomorrow. I would like to be able to pick it up tomorrow or Friday. Um, Vacation Bubba's. Oh, wait. Is BMC Bubba's? Is that you, Bubba's? No, it doesn't say Bubba's. Yeah, I didn't know that was you. Welcome in, Bubba's. I'm glad to see you in here. I hope you're doing well today, my friend, for real. Just says BMC, which I guess, given your first and last initials, kind of makes sense. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your vacation or whatever's going on. Yeah, I would like a staycation, but maybe during fall time. I really still plan on doing my camping trip, which I'll be inviting you. You know, the main homies, because I want some guys there, and I think there's a few girls who want to go. And I feel safer having a group of guys with the group of girls that are coming, you know. So that's going to be kind of my vacation, and that's next month. So I'm grinding hard because I hope to God I finally meet one of my goals, my financial goals anyway. I'm glad you're back. I know. I didn't expect to be called racist for that, but that's okay. Um, it is what it is. I like racial humor. I like it all. Like, even if you were to shit on white people, I don't care. I think some of it's more of like a, you know, there's some comedians. I was explaining this to Zorby too. There's some comedians that like I like them because of their offensive humor. I don't necessarily agree with it. It's kind of like it's a funny, it's not funny kind of thing, but yeah. I love that you come in saying that though. I hope you're having a good day, JP. Bubba's McDonald. What is Black Liquid? I really shouldn't have read that book. Oh no. Uh-oh. Atmosphericus. I went to this check place today because I have court on Friday again, so I had to like see if they cashed my check and stuff. And dude, my Uber driver was such a trip. His music was like, first off, like every other word was saying the N-word when I was driving there with him. And then on the way back, he like sprayed cologne in the car while I was in the car. I don't know why he did that. It doesn't really matter. It reminds me of like high school kids when they would spray Axe. It was like annoying. And then the song was like, why don't you roll over in the position I like you in, Sierra, Sierra, which made me bust out laughing because that's my best friend's name. But I'm like, bro, please turn this fucking music off. He was like some college kid, some college dude. But I really felt old. I felt like a boomer. I felt like I was clutching my pearls, like. And I don't know. I think he was white, so that's why it was even more funny because I was like, what is this? What is going on? But it was funny nonetheless. Oh, shit happened with the court thing. So Friday came around, and remember how I said it started from them saying that I owe them a $400 fee. I paid them rent, which was like almost $2,500. They sent my rent check back, which is not a big deal. They did not cash it, so I can stop the payment on that and just pay that month again like normal because I tried to. But not only did they send me my check back, but they went after me in court for $2,200, not $400 like they originally claimed. And I'm like, why would you go after me for $2,200 if I sent you $2,500? Like, I sent them $2,420. So I was like, why would you go after me if I like sent you most of that? Why would you do that? And then on top of that, that's the same month that they sent back my check. That's the same month that they signed me up for a $2,900 payment plan to pay off that month. And I'm like, why would you do it? All of this. Do you even know what the fuck is going on? So anyway, I get to the court thing and they're like, yeah, she owes us $2,200. And I was like, that is hilarious. So I was like, no, that's not true, Your Honor. That's not true. And so she's like, all right, well, we're going to move this to trial for Friday. So Friday I have a trial, which is okay. And I'm still looking into a lawyer right now. My car broke down on Sunday or Monday or something. Sunday. It broke down on Sunday. So that's what this is. The repair goal is for right now. And then Friday's going to come around and we're going to see what happens with that. I have all the proof showing that I've paid everything up to date. And if I don't know why they were going after me for $2,200 when I literally just paid them that month. So if that's the amount from that month that they're going after to me for, which that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know where they got $2,200. So they have to prove to the court where the $2,200. I don't think they know what the fuck's going on. They don't. So I feel like I've got everything on my side, but nonetheless, I still have to seek out a lawyer. I know the one. I just need to get the consultation done, but I'm gonna wait for the court thing to be done and then go after that and with a lawyer. But I really want to focus on my car and getting rent for this month paid, like, because I haven't paid it yet for the first, so I'm like really behind. So this situation is kind of nice because it's kind of giving me some time to come up with rent for this month. Because I can't pay this rent anyway with this court process, so they wouldn't take my rent. So it's giving me some time. So it's stressful, but it's, I still feel like it's working in my favor. I don't see why it wouldn't, because I've already paid this fucking fee and then some. So I'm just gonna wait for Friday, but that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, clutching my pearls. I know. It just was like, I don't like taking Ubers already, to be honest. We are grown now, I guess. People think that they're offended. Yeah, I didn't. That's funny though, because that girl that said that in the comments, she blocked me, but she was one of these girls that I've been kind of complaining about. Like, she's not really my friend. I don't know her. She just follows me to steal the memes that I post, which aren't my memes. I don't make them. But she only followed me to post. She's friends with me, but she was only friends with me to post the memes that I post, but as her own, so that she can make money off the post. So she was one of those girls that I've been like, I think I should get rid of her off my page because, like, I mean, that's not inherently wrong, but it's kind of annoying. I know you're not friends with me to be friends with me. I know you're friends with me for, to get something out of it in a sense. And I've been recognizing that with Facebook, that I've friended people who I thought wanted to be friends with me, but they didn't want to be friends with me. They just wanted to copy me or, repost my memes for monetization, because they see that I have a lot of followers and they'll see like what does well and what doesn't do well, so they'll repost the memes that do well, etc. So I don't really know her. She's been one of those people that's been on my block list, like, to come, but she never did anything inherently wrong. So I was like, I'll give her, like, the leeway. But I don't really care that she blocked me because she's been on that list. So I'm like, garbage takes itself out. Because if you know me, then you know I'm not racist. So I don't know what to say, and I shouldn't have to explain myself with that kind of humor. I don't know what else to say. That's it. I'm telling you, I can't effectively with 20-year-olds anymore. You're not alone. Hey, that's a good thing. I don't really communicate with 20-year-olds anymore. I can't even remember the last 20-year-old I spoke to. Mike, hello. How you doing? Happy hump day. Yes. Happy hump day, you guys. Word. Hello, DZ. Was it Diane? I forget. Sorry. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. We have some big goals. So I might be doing a 72-hour stream starting tomorrow. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because I really need to earn rent. I don't want to get behind on that. And I really need to get my car repaired because I need to go to the laundromat and I can't walk anywhere because you guys know how my health is. So I need to go to the laundromat. I need to pick up my groceries because I'm out of groceries and I can't keep ordering DoorDash because even money-wise, I can't do it. But physically, I cannot eat that food because it makes me feel worse physically. So my big goals are the car and rent. Spudgy has blood work on Friday, but I think I can move it to Monday, if anything, because it's not like mandatory on Friday. She has it on Wednesday set, but I moved it earlier so I can move it back just a little bit because I just want to see why her paws are itching and stuff like that, and her liver enzymes and stuff before her surgery. So I really do apologize in advance. I know some people can get irritated with me being, hey, don't forget to subscribe, check out the link, if you want to donate. I know some people get irritated with that, but I once again am not at the top of the line with the content creating, okay? I will get there, but this is what the process looks like. I wish people would be kinder about that because they're fine with watching like their big YouTuber people, but they don't realize that those people also probably started at the beginning and got the hate and stuff like that. But I see the end goal. I'm trying to push for it, and my joints are getting better. I posted a post on my Facebook of like my knees last Monday versus this Monday. So the new medicine that I'm on, every new medicine that I try, I keep getting an allergic reaction to. So there's no medicine that works for me. Pain meds don't work. I can't take ibuprofen and stuff. So It's kind of like I'm at a wall, so it's about the diet that I have to do. Um, but my joints have been feeling so much better because I took myself off these new meds because I called into the pharmacist and to get my new meds, the prescription, and he's like, "Yeah, did the doctor tell you that you need to call in if you have swelling all on one side of your body with your joints?" And I'm like, "No. He didn't tell me any of that." And so at that point, he's like, "Yeah, if you're having that, that's allergic reaction." And I was having that. I woke up one day with like my whole left side just swollen, my elbow, my wrist, my knee like ballooned up. And finally, I took myself off that medicine because I had a feeling. I had a feeling when I first started taking it that this is going to go bad. But it didn't. So I was like, okay, maybe this is going to go good. Maybe I was wrong. But no, I was right. So took myself off of it, but I feel so much better today. And so this new stream schedule kind of looks like me waking up, getting shit done in the morning. I do some TikToks. I do a vlog. And then I come in at 3:30, do YouTube and TikTok. And then 5:30, I take a break to feed the dogs. 6:30, I hop back on TikTok and YouTube. Or if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it'll be TikTok and Twitch in the evening. So that's what it looks like. Lots of videos, lots of content. It really is dependent on my joints getting better. If you're following me on Patreon and the fans, you know, I haven't been posting a lot, and it's because it's hard to do photo shoots when I'm in pain. So right now my face is very relaxed because I'm not in pain. Usually I'm like, and like I have to sit sexily, so like, you know, show my curves a little bit. Anyway, I'm a young man, excuse me. My triple G's flopping everywhere. Excuse me, sorry. Oh my god. But the stream everyone should thank you. Yes, I don't know how likes work, but thank you guys so much. Feel free to like up the stream. If you guys could do anything, that's it. Like I know a lot of us are struggling, so don't even feel like you have to contribute monetarily. I'm happy. It's always just, it feels like the beginning of TikTok when I was surprised that people would be in my YouTube. Like when people were in, I was like, oh shit, there's people in here. So I'm so grateful that you guys showed up. I'm so happy. It makes me want to tear up. Today I got a message. Well, I got a message like a couple weeks ago from my son's fathers. And they sent me a video of him. And it was so cute because first off, he's so fucking smart, which I'm so glad. I'm so glad he's so smart. But secondly, they sent me a video of him drawing on his arms, like with marker and stuff. And I started crying because, in a good way, because when I was a kid, hence why I'm loaded up with tattoos, I would get in so much trouble. And I think a lot of you guys heard this too. Like we would get ink poisoning if we drew on ourselves. You guys remember that? And like I would draw all up and down my arms. As a matter of fact, in kindergarten, I stole my grandma's lipstick because my aunt, you know how a lipstick has like a fine tip? My aunt had shown me that you could use that for like precision. So I had stolen my grandma's lipstick because I wanted to use that precision to draw on my arm. So all I remember was kindergarten time rolling around, and we had a movie day, and as soon as the lights turned off, I started drawing on my arm, and I remember the lights turning on and my arm was just covered, you know, covered in lipstick. And that wasn't the end of it. I always took notes on my hands and arms. I just like doodling on my hands and arms. It was just the thing. So today it's hard for me to answer messages right away from them, not because of, it is time, because like now is when I kind of get going and I go late into the night and I don't want to send them a message late at night. And it's usually like a longer voice message. So I'm not trying to be like a nuisance to them because I know they got 2 kids to worry about, like full-time ass jobs. Like I'm not trying to be an overburdening parent. And it's also like I don't know where my place is exactly. So I'm not trying to overstep the place where I should be, you know. So that way, because they're technically the parents, you know. So I don't want to be overbearing, but they sent me a video, and so sometimes I'm more emotional some days. Like sometimes when I go out, it makes me want to cry now thinking of it. When I see little kids, sometimes I stare a little bit so I look like a fucking weirdo, but it just like I tear up and think about my son. So it's things like that, like when I have to be emotionally ready to answer the message because I want to get back to them right when I open the message because my ADHD will forget. But I want to be in a good mindset to be able to answer it. But they sent me a video where he's drawing on his arms and he's drawing on his sister's arms. And they're just like, yay, like, what are you drawing? That's so good. And I was like, oh my God, that's generational healing shit right there, you know? In the smallest ways and small things like that. Like when I struggle with, oh my God, did I put him in the right position kind of thing? that makes me feel like I did. So that was a good thing that happened to me today. And it's like super, I don't even think like small things like that. That's what I mean, you guys. Like, you guys coming in here, just supporting my shit. I'm going through a rough time. I know some of y'all are going through rough times, so it means the most to me to know that even if I'm financially struggling, I get that we all can't, pitch in financially all the time, and that's not really the point of my channel. I'm just very blessed to be able to have people who are so generous and they care about keeping a roof over my head or contributing in that way. And I want to remind you, if you're just watching, you're contributing in that way because somehow it gets done. I don't fucking know how. But you guys are going through some rough times. I understand. I don't even know what's going on right now because I feel like every single one of my friends are kind of going through it in one way or another. But just hang in there if I could say anything. It's like turbulence, but it's not forever, right? Do antibiotics help with your joints? Sometimes. I think I have like a fungal issue going on, mold issue. So depending on the antibiotic used, it could. Yeah, remember? Yeah, I know. I used to get in trouble so much for drawing on myself. Just that in itself, though, yeah, it was so healing because I was like, the amount of times I got sent to my room for that. And it's just so nice to know, like, the gentleness in that home that's happening. But that's what I mean, y'all. You guys don't even know in ways that you show up for people, not just me, but the ways you show up for people probably means so much to them that you don't even know. You don't know. Like today, some girl complimented how I smelled. First off, I still smell like ass. I'm on high doses of prednisone. So that's like high doses of steroids and cortisol. So if you know someone who drinks a lot or, eats a lot of fast food and maybe their sweat smells a little funky, that is what I smell like right now. So like I can't say like I care too much because I'm not looking for a man, and truthfully I feel better being offensive smelling. I don't think I'm that offensive smelling, but I know that there's a scent to me that I'm not loving right now, but it's because of my meds. What can you do about it? But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not looking to get a boyfriend. Hopefully I smell awful to these dudes. But this lady complimented me because my perfume, and I was like, like it meant so much to me because I just been like, I hate being on these meds because I don't like smelling weird. It's like a weird little funk that happens, and I don't like it. And I know it's because my meds. So it's like, I don't like that. But then this girl complimented how I smelled, and I was like, May? So I felt so happy about that because it's been with these meds up and down. It's just been a struggle. And like, nobody likes to, when you catch a whiff of yourself and you're like, oh, we're going to go shower. But it's one of those things that showers don't help. So it's like, it's just my meds, But I think I'm the only one smelling it. I think that's the problem. But my nose is so sensitive. So that's fine if I'm the only one smelling it, but I don't want to smell it anymore. I'm just being honest with y'all because, I don't know, especially the medical stuff I'm fine with. Oh, I found a lighter. I knew there was one under my bed. I was hoping it was still there. ADHD where you don't put stuff away, but you know where it is. Like it could be on the floor in the corner covered by hair, but you know it's there because that's where this was. It was on the floor under the bed covered with hair. And I was like, I think there's another lighter because my other lighter is in my car, which is in the shop. But I was like, I think there's another lighter under my bed. Yes! Oh. Anyway, I was having to use matches. We call it brat pit effect. That's hilarious. That's funny. But yeah, little things mean the most to me right now, especially because I'm struggling. So that's where I encourage if you are struggling, lean into those things that feel good. Don't focus on the bad things. It's easy to, but put the energy towards the good feeling things, and I feel like good things will come from that. I really do. So in times where I struggle, I really fall back on the good people that I have in my life, and not just like financially, like just you guys and your vibe showing up, being great, and just being like, yeah, I'm here. I hope you are doing good, blah, blah, like simple as that, just popping in, that it means so much to me. So, and I wish y'all would stop apologizing for not being like there every day verbally or whatever you want to call it. I know you guys have your own life going on. I don't expect you guys to show up every day. I just get worried. That's all. When I pop in and say, hey, I hope you're doing well, I don't mean it like I think you should show up every day for me. I just genuinely care about you guys, and when I don't see you for a while, I said it the other day, like it makes me paranoid now that like what if one of you die? Like I don't think I would be told if you guys died. So I do genuinely care about you guys. You guys are once my channel ends up being what I've always dreamed it being, you guys are gonna see it. But you guys have such an important role in this. Like, imagine if I had 2, 3 million people right now. What if it happened overnight? Like, you guys would literally be the reason for that. You guys are the catalyst. You guys are the reason because you come here and support me and like the stream and, whatever. So, for real, I can't. It's so impactful to me. I'm beyond grateful for it. I'll try. Sounds good. Anthro Rat. I appreciate you popping in. Also, thank you for following me on my new TikTok. I did start a new TikTok account because I have to divide. I don't think I can even go live on my TikTok shop account. So the backup account that I made that's at 12K on TikTok is my live account officially. Okay. The one with 38K that is TikTok shop, I'm only going to go live on it for TikTok shop. And if I go live, it's to sell a TikTok shop item. It's going to have an item in front. We can talk about very surface level things, but people just love to report me on that one. I literally was talking about pulling weeds, and then they got me in trouble for substance like weed. I'm like, what? Yeah, I feel like at this point I've kind of outgrown TikTok. So I think this might be the last month, second to last month. Either way, I think this might be the last year I go live on TikTok. I don't see TikTok being sustainable for me. I think the more grown conversations are on YouTube. And I remember telling you guys, and I've said this many times, this is for the new people who haven't been around or whatever. But, I saw a lot of my favorite creators being like, fuck you, TikTok. I'm moving to YouTube. You guys are too sensitive, whatever. And now I understand. I get it. I really get it. Especially when having to create new account after new account fucks with my bills and stuff like that. And it's a lot to deal with. So yeah, that's kind of how the plan is. It seems a little everywhere, but you'll understand once it's in motion, which is what we're doing. So tonight we'll be streaming for another like hour and 25 minutes, and then I'm gonna go feed the dogs, charge my phone, and then usually I'd be on TikTok right now, but I'm kind of trying to smoke and just catch up with y'all. And then we'll come back on and be on TikTok and Twitch today since it's Wednesday. So I think we might do like a little podcast today on TikTok or Twitch, I mean. Because I think Wednesdays and Fridays I want my podcast days. I think. Anywho, it's good to know you remember me. Always. Always. I'm legit when I say it. I really want, that's what I'm working towards. Because that's the only way I see it that I would be able to fund my own restaurant and bar and stuff like that. I haven't been able to get investors. I don't know if I want investors at this point because I don't want to have to cater my dream and work around someone who doesn't really understand the vision, but they want to invest in it, And maybe that's not a thing. Maybe if they invested in me, they would put the money towards it. I don't know. But I would rather fund it myself. And maybe this puts me in the limelight of an actual investor. I don't know. But I'm open for all of it. But I really want to get to like Mr. Beast mode. Now, once again, I have to clarify. I don't know what the hell happened to Mr. Beast. Everybody's like, oh, did you see what happened? No, I didn't. Okay, if he's some terrible man, would I be surprised? No. That's not what I'm modeling it after. I just want to be able to build my channel and get really wealthy and give back to my community. That's exactly what I'm trying to model it after. So I know once I get there, I'm going to be having a party. And I'm going to be inviting, it's going to be like conference center style. I know that. That'll probably be the more affordable route. And fly the main people out, do like a weekend at a hotel, have a couple dinners and breakfasts just as a thank you and some activities planned as like a thank you for supporting me and getting me to this point. And then I would like to think every year after that, I would just continue doing that. Maybe like a Christmas party. Because I think it'd be so fucking cool to, like, even 10 years from now, even if you don't watch my stream, like, I could not thank you guys enough for being here for, like, the whole year at least. Fuck. Even more. We've been doing this for a little bit longer than that. I actually learned that I've only been seriously content creating for 2 years. I did start OF like about almost 4 years ago at this point, but I wasn't like a serious content creator. I didn't really know what it was about. So 2 years ago is like when I officially started. So when I give it that time frame, I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good. Um, so I just want to be able to show the people who have started this with me like a big thank you. And I'd love to think 10 years from now, Bubba's, maybe you'll be married, having kids. Same with Destroyer, and you guys will be able to come over to the yearly function with your family, and we have a great time. And I would love to, like the Santa Claus movie, that's a big inspiration for me. Baja, hello. We were just talking about you. But yeah, I would love to like be able to throw the most epic Christmases, because if I'm having an epic Christmas, then I feel like the people who got me started deserve to have epic Christmases. And I want to do that, like, what are gifts that you've always wanted? And maybe there's some you can't afford for your kiddos, just kind of give everybody a relief for Christmas time, because I'm able to do that. And that's where I believe in living below my means. This is a little above my means, I'm not gonna lie. Like my home and stuff, but I was just kind of thrown in here. So I'm like, okay, I'll make do with what it is. And I'm very grateful for what it is, because it's like, wow, I live here alone. That's crazy and amazing. I fucking love it. I'm beyond grateful. But besides that, I don't mind getting used cars. I don't mind not having the newest things. I don't mind secondhand. As a matter of fact, I love secondhand shopping. Freebies on the side of the road. Sign me the fuck up. I love that shit. So I don't think that will ever change. There is a little dopamine hit when you get a bargain and stuff like that and get it for free. I don't think that will ever change out of me. But I would like to think I will end up getting more income, and because I live very modestly, I don't find the need to always be proving things with the things that I have. Although I like nice things, but like even my drum set, it's not like a top of the line drum set. This is literally like a kid's drum set, and I got it for like $300 on Black Friday 3 years ago. But because I'm so short, I can fit in a kid's drum set. I could have easily purchased like a nice Ludwig or something. What even brand is this? Rogue. Rogue. So yes, I don't care as long as it functions. I don't really care to be like, yeah, I have the top of the name brand line. Like I've never cared for name brand shit. So, and I'm very intentional and purposeful with that, because I want to be able to get to a point where I have a shit ton of money and I don't know what to do with it, but I do know what to do with it, right? Those are the days where I go get lunch and pay $1,000 to the waitress, or, I know Christmas is coming up, or maybe one of y'all's birthdays is coming up and you supported my stream, and then I can give you a good birthday. Because the one thing that pisses me off about y'all, not really, but this is what I do love for doing for my friends, because I know a lot of my friends, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I don't care about birthdays or holidays because my family doesn't care to celebrate with me. And I get that. I really get that, because my family doesn't celebrate. They don't care to celebrate, but I don't let that affect me, because I always want to celebrate for myself and with my dogs. So I feel like if you're in my life and you've like proved that you're a worthy friend, you respect me, you've always respected my boundaries, etc., then I feel like at that point, then any changes that happened since then? Wait, me married? Don't scare me, man. Well, I don't know what you want. Maybe you don't want that. Okay. I don't know your life. BBQ with Neil. Oh shit, I love barbecue. I just saw the spicy little nugget. Yeah, that's fudge. She said, for the past times you've been the streaming, yeah, yeah, you've been first. So I was like, he was like first, and he said something. It's up in the stream, and I was like, oh, Baja's been here the last few days actually, but it's okay. He's on vacay. He's got life going for him. Not going, but like Anyway, so, but yeah, I would love to give back to my immediate community, and this month, you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have really big financial. I don't know if it's a setback or what you want to call it. I'm just going to call it goals, because I'm going to just push forward. So I obviously I'm back behind on rent, but that's due on Saturday. My car obviously needs work. That hopefully will be fixed tomorrow, and I can pick it up tomorrow or Friday and pay for it. So pretty much by Saturday at this point, I have to make a little under 3,500. So not only that, but I would have rent coming up again, right? And Spudgy's surgery. So I think what a better month to start hashing it out than this one. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of trolls. There's going to be a lot of people telling me to get a job. And what's frustrating is like I can try to explain to every person about my medical shit, but I can't. I don't want to spend time even entertaining it. The people who know, they know, you know. And even then, if I was on disability, I would get the same comments from these type of people that would just be like, oh, that's my tax dollars. It's the same negative rhetoric. So um, that's kind of what this month is going to be about. We're just going to be, my joints feel good, so I feel I can go right out the gate. Unfortunate with the car, but it is what it is. It's kind of, it's a used car, so it's bound to happen. It's almost got 100 something thousand miles on it, so it's bound to happen. But as I say, you know, the most that you guys, if you want to, the lead most you, I don't know what the right word will be, but I'm just very grateful for those who are able to join the stream and support it and not come in being like, oh, calling me all these names. I don't even want to say them. I don't know what the rules are on YouTube. But if you've been on my streams, you know, you've seen how rude people can get towards me. When I was severely bedbound, especially, it's crazy. So it's gonna be something, but YouTube has been very nice to me, so I'm really grateful for that, you guys. I can't say it enough because it's truthfully the first platform that I've felt like welcomed on. Twitch, I kind of feel like I kind of made my way, but not necessarily like found a community, you know. But it was like I joined YouTube and then I started doing the thing more serious, and all of a sudden there was just a community waiting. It kind of felt like, you know. So it's kind of nice because I'm blending the TikTok community that has followed me and supported me with the new YouTube community. And I'll happily say that between the people who follow me from TikTok to here, which it's been the same people, all of you guys are either on Twitch or YouTube. So all of the same people, Destroyer, Papa Julian, BBDJ, Albino Wookie, Zorby, you know, you guys included, of course. But all of you guys are literally either on YouTube or Twitch. So I don't feel bad abandoning TikTok as much. Because as you guys have seen how much I've dealt with being banned, and I really don't like that. I kind of feel bad for you guys because it's like we'll be talking about something and then boom, all of a sudden it's gone. And then I jump to another platform and I don't know, you know. So hopefully with YouTube Lives, I can be more consistent with the stuff, and with my joints getting better, I can be more consistent. I can't tell you how good my joints feel today. If you saw the pictures on Facebook, that'll show you enough. But I'm so grateful for you guys just helping me keep my, you know, mood not dipping, tanking, because when I think about everything too much, my body feels too light. It feels a little dizzy. So I know that I'm suppressing maybe a little anxiety, but I feel calmer than before. Remember last time when I was going through eviction, when I was crying and shit? I haven't cried about this. Well, I cried earlier because I was frustrated because of all the bills that are happening right now. But I'm trying to see this as, you know, when like good things are about to happen, everything falls apart. So I'm just thinking this court appointment, I don't even need to be stressed out. I've been like in a kooky way, God's on my side, but like for real, like the truth is on my side. Honesty is on my side. Because I've been 100% truthful about this, keeping receipts and everything. And the rental company is the one being dishonest. And I think letting them go to the court and tell the judge I owe them $2,200 when I literally don't, and they have to prove, it's pretty much letting the devil. I say this in a corny way, but the only way I can compare it in an analogy way is like the Bible. You guys know I'm not a Bible thumper, but for the newbies here, that's why I do it. I was Mormon, so it's the only way I can kind of get the point across. I don't know, but it's like the saying I will say is people who have bad spirits will continue acting in that way until life changes their path. Adversity teaches them. They get sick of something, and so they change, okay? People who are bad are always looking to do bad things, okay? And I don't think people are bad, but they make bad decisions out of toxic, you know, whatever. So schemy companies, they're not always looking to do good by the customer. They're not. They're always looking to see how much can I get away with? What can I do to get away with, you know? So it's still like they still have that, like, you know, kind of trying to manipulate, use, gaslight, whatever people. So it's a long week, but you got this. Thank you, Joe. Also, hello, Joe. I hope you're doing well. I realize we rock in the flat. I know, yes, it's flannel season, which I'm so happy because, yeah, lately, like, the dogs have been, like, kind of cuddling in bed more. I know it's getting cooler out when Odin starts cuddling up on the bed because usually during the summer he'll sleep under the bed and that's where he stays all night. But when it gets colder, it's like it's too cold under the bed, so he'll come up on the bed. And I know it's getting cooler when I wake up and all the dogs are on the bed, and I love that so much. It's such the best. And I honestly think like this time of year is always like the peak manifesting time. Like I feel like my birthday is like always the start to like the peak manifesting years. Like my birthday is the peak day to manifest, and like those manifestations will happen during these seasons, you know? So I feel like just waking up to my dogs and waking up in a good mood like that just puts it in such a better me in a better mindset. Every day that I wake up with my dogs, Spudgy's been feeling so good despite her little lump. She's been feeling so good. So I noticed the diet's really changing their behaviors, and she's 11 years old, you know. She's technically old, but she doesn't act like it. And every day just with them is a blessing to me. I Every day that I wake up with them is heaven, all four of them. So it's even better to me because I get to wake up with them all cuddling me and stuff. So I wake up in a better mood, which helps. And then I have good people online, so that helps even more. So I hope with all these things, keeping the mood up, good things will happen. And I hope the judge is gonna be really on my side with things. I don't care if she's on my side because the facts point into my favor, but I want her to be even like feeling for me on my side. Maybe give me a little leeway or something. So yeah. Oh, don't cry. I had to cry a little bit because I could feel it in my chest, you know. Um, I still feel it a little bit, but I don't know what to cry about. I don't know if there is anything to cry about. I'm just frustrated. I but I prefer to be open about this because like I said, I really feel like the point to prove is that honesty wins. A lot of people think that honesty, like, what the hell is the point of being a good person? Bad people win all the time. Bad people win more immediately because that's easy. That's so easy. But people who are truthful and honest, like, you know, with time and intention, and it works out, you know. And that's where I think a lot of y'all fall into that category with being a good person and trying to do things the right way and following true to your path and stuff. And maybe things are a little rocky right now for myself and for others included watching, but I really feel like things will definitely be looking up. So, but for me, I just had to like cry a little bit because I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated, but it's only human to be part of that, you know. And I don't want people to get this idea that when these downs happen that I'm just like invincible. You know, I'm not emotionless when it comes to it. For the most part, I keep my head very leveled, and I have mantras that I repeat during this time to keep my spirits high. You know, I'm always protected. Things always work out in my favor. You know, whatever it might be. You know, I'm grateful that I'm living in this home. Always is one of my mantras, and same with my dogs. Just keeping the vibe up, you know. So, best platform in the world, but it's not as trendy, right? And like that's the thing is TikTok is trendy, so like you can really use it to boost things. So I think I'll do that, like short form content, because I love short form content and I like experience different video styles. And I want to start doing short form videos for cooking, and then I can do more longer, funnier cooking segments on here. Which I apologize because I did say I was gonna upload videos, but then the car thing happened, my joints, so it's like I haven't even had time to edit those videos like I wanted. So I have the idea in my mind. I know how I'm going to do it. It's just everything's a little scattered right now. So I will get those cooking videos started here shortly, I hope. Joe Mama leaves his fortress of solitude, sleep on top. Yep. I think the judge will be on my side. I don't know if it'll be the same judge, but when I explain the situation, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, obviously, you guys know. Like, there's a lot going on. And I don't think it's necessary, like, they're trying to attack me, like, victim. Like, oh, they are out to get me. Like, I don't think it's that. I think it's that there's only so much they can do. And here's the thing. Henry got taken off my home. And I think it's because he fudged up. Because there's only so much they can do. And in certain situations, it really fucks things up when they can only do so much, you know? So I don't think it's really his fault. I think it's the company's fault with the policies that the workers have to follow, the employees have to follow, which impacts me, the customer, negatively because I can't get actual help on situations, right? So, I think I'm well spoken enough to, get the point across, no matter how confusing it is. Unfortunately, it's really confusing, but I've been using Chat GPT to help me figure this out a little better. Um, and I have all the proof in emails. So, at this point, I'm glad they didn't. I was hoping they did cash my check because then it'd be proof that they're like being even fucking worse. But they didn't cash my check. They sent it back. But the funny thing is that's the same month they're going after me for $2,200. So why didn't you take my $2,400? And why at that same month did you sign me up for a $2,900 plan? So at this point, you're trying to go after me for $5,000, almost, probably a little more than that. What's 29 plus 2,200? Whatever that is. I think what, like 5,100 or something? Yeah. So you guys are claiming I didn't pay a month's rent, but you're technically going after me. And that's the thing, is they didn't tell the attorney, doesn't even know what the hell is going on. This happened last time. I clocked right away that the attorney doesn't know what the fuck is going on, because they didn't even know when I got transferred. I was like, yeah, I just got transferred here. And she was like, do you have papers of this attorney? And he's like, no, I wasn't aware of this. I'm like, you guys are all bitches. You know that? You're all of you, except for the judge, but like the people on the rental people, they're just going through with motion. They're getting paid to do what they get paid to do, and they don't question it. And I think that's what companies want. Just do your job and don't question it. And so at this point, I've really understood what the hell is going on, and I see how unfair it is, and I'm ready to speak my truth. And if anything, I'm going to mention that I've been seeking legal counsel, and if they can put an extension so I can get the appropriate legal counsel on this, because it happened last Friday, and I could get legal counsel, but they need 5 business days to get an extension as an attorney. And I didn't even have 5 business days between last appointment and this appointment. If I called them at the end of it, but none of them were open, none of them were taking my calls or anything. So, like, I tried my best to be able to get a lawyer, but nobody's going to take it in time. I need a little bit more time to get some legal counsel. So if they're willing to extend it, I'm happy to go after and get a lawyer. There's a couple lawyers that are willing to take on my case. And at that point, that'll help me sleep at night. I sent in my documents today. I emailed them, and like my body has been physically shaking since then. Like, I was telling Zorby this morning. I was like, dude, because he's been telling me like the lawyer process, and I told him, like, unfortunately I can't get a lawyer. Like, that's with the car thing, with rent coming up, like I can't do that. I just gotta really just hope that God and truth is on universe, whatever, the flying spaghetti monster Shrek is on my side. What did they say was wrong with the Mini? Throttle body's gone out. So about $900. So he saved me a hundred, not a couple hundred, but like 100. Because I can pay for it tomorrow when he's running a sale. So I have to be able to pay for it tomorrow to get it for 900. So that's my goal. I don't know if I can take out a loan for it. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm stressed, but I'm just trying not to focus on the stress. In times like this, I try to focus on what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that they're fixing my car. I'm grateful that I have a car. I'm grateful that I have a motorcycle parked out front, even though I can't physically ride it. Super grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful beyond fuck that my health is getting better. You guys see no scooter in here? So sometimes when it's a little later, and I had McDonald's yesterday, yeah. So the fact that I had McDonald's and I'm not blowing up, because that's what happened the week before, is I had my McDonald's. That's always my tester. So I had McDonald's last week, and that's when I blew up my joints. So this week I had McDonald's yesterday, and I feel fine. Also, Joe, I have to say, you've inspired me, so thank you. Well, your wife has. But I think what I'm going to do is, since I have a new doctor now, because I don't know if I told you guys, I tell Facebook, but I don't know how much I convey to you guys, but my doctor, who was like the McLovin looking dude, who was telling me like he thinks I'm like insane for, what the hell I talk about with my joints. But he ended up stopped practicing with this clinic, so he's no longer with them, right? So I got a new doctor. So I've been on like higher doses of prednisone, like 15, and I don't want to be on that for a long time. I really do think being on like a high dose, like 50 for like 5 days, and then going down to like 10 and then 5 and then 0 would be the best. I don't know if I could handle the 100 or whatever that your lover's on, but it's inspired me because now knowing that someone else can do that, because that's how actually my old doctor used to treat me. My pediatrician rheumatologist, whenever I would have a flare up like this, he would give me an infusion of like 500 milligrams of prednisone, and I would be on my happy way, feeling good, back into remission for like 6, 7 months, and then boom, it would happen again. And I tried telling my doctor this, and he's like, no, we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that. So now hearing that that's how your wife kind of gets along, and I'm hoping with my diet and maybe doing that, and the new doctor will, I know, I thought that was great because everybody's like, you need to get a new doctor, but it's so difficult with state insurance to just get a new doctor. That could be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. You never know. So it's like, okay, well, I'm getting like treatment. And like, if I do that, then I have 6 months, like with no possible treatment, you know, it's a little risky, but I just got assigned a new doctor. And I was like, all right, I guess that's where like maybe a sign to like stop trying to control everything. And that's a big reason why I didn't try to get a lawyer in this time. I'm hoping with whatever happens in the court, the universe, whatever, God, whatever the fuck is on my side, energy, ultimate, whatever, Goku, I don't give a shit at this point. But I just hope that they see like 100% of this is truth, and I can back it up with emails, and maybe they'll give me an extension to find a lawyer, and the lawyer will be able to contact them the following week, you know, something like that. I don't know. Be careful with ChatGPT if you're not paying. Oh, I don't use ChatGPT. That one I use the Snapchat ChatGPT. I actually find the Snapchat one more reliable than the actual ChatGPT. Funny enough. McDonald's gives the same afterfeel as chain smoking. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because when I talk about it, I think people think maybe I'm nuts. But when I eat McDonald's, I have a theory with this though. It's a little crazy, but when I eat McDonald's, I always get this idea of being suicidal. And I know that sounds intense and like really, whoa, you know, but like literally, like I'll eat McDonald's and I'll notice the next day the way my brain dips. It's like immediately, even things are going good. Like this is not just now. This is like in back then, like the last, I don't know, bits that I've been eating McDonald's here and there. I'm like, the next day I'll be like, yeah, I mean, things are nice, but honestly, I'd just rather fucking die. Whoa. Whoa. Because when I'm really healthy, when I'm doing good, that's not in my head. I'm looking forward to the future. I love every day so passionately, and I still love the day, but then that little thought sneaks into my head, and I know it's the fucking McDonald's. And I know that sounds crazy, but I have a theory with this. I think they just use really bad meat. And I don't know exactly where that meat comes from, to be honest. You know, we could speculate that maybe it comes from, this is allegedly, and this is conspiracy. Okay, YouTube. But it, oh, I don't know if I saw that. DZ, see you later. I think you might be gone by now. But I hope you have a good day. See you later. Thanks for popping in here. Sometimes I wonder if they use human meat. And like, if you're eating dead human, it kind of makes sense why, like, the energy-wise, why you're like, oh, I just don't want to live kind of thing, you know? But on top of that, I know that they use really poor animals. Like, the animals are stressed, scared, in poor conditions because they have to raise them so quickly, so fast, lots of injection, you know, just not good. So it wouldn't even surprise me if just from the animals that you could get residual energy from that, and just how they handle the food. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I don't know how McDonald's fries are made, but I almost wonder if they're made into like a paste and then put into like molds or something. I don't know, because I wonder what they put into their fries or whatever that's so like addictive, you know. But same with the chicken nuggets and whatever. I know sugar they put in there as well. I just don't know how with the French fries. I feel like they make a paste and like put it into an extruder mold or something like that. She still gets the nerve pain and burning, but hot swollen form is crazy. Ice melts, but wow. No, I believe it, because literally the day last week when my knees were swollen, my whole legs felt hot. Even my torso felt hot, but like not my arms, nothing. And I was like, why is my torso hot? And that was a big indicator to me that like autoimmune gut kind of correlation, you know. RSO and ButterHealth for swelling and dab. I need to start dabs again. I do like those for pain. And I especially like to move from those from flour when my pain gets a little better, and then the ADHD, because I find that I don't need to like do little hits throughout the day because the pain isn't so bad. I can just smoke a little bit and it lasts kind of like 6 hours, you know. Yo, just going. I know I have a lot of crazy theories. That's why I like doing these things, though. I like to open people's minds, and I like to talk about crazy things. I'm open to it. I like to. I think there's no boundaries, you know, and I like people who think, what is a word, esoterically like that, like just want to keep pushing the boundaries with things, you know. I have a lot of crazy theories. A lot of them could be offensive, a lot, but there is just truth behind them that I think correlates. That's the only reason, and it's because I want people to start thinking more outside of the bounds of things, because if they start thinking outside of the bounds with me, then maybe that'll lead into their life, and maybe there's a moment where they're doing something that doesn't align with their happiness, and that critical thinking of thinking outside the bounds just kicks into play, you know, and then they're like, why am I even doing this? I don't even fucking like being here. I'm gonna leave and start doing what I want to do. Boom. You're leading by happiness, and then all the good shit happens to you. That's kind of what I hope happens anyway. Halsey, you're stuttering about how new come to the inner, right? I would like to. I knew you'd say human meat. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I really wouldn't. I've said this before. I really think that we do eat a lot more human meat than we think. They've even said if you eat hot dogs, you've eaten a percentage of human meat. Now, that could be just people losing fingers here and there or whatever, you know, but regardless, I think we eat more human meat than we'd like to think. And I have a theory, once again, that, you know, rich people do use humans. And it's because they're so, like, American. So this is just a theory, right? But conspiracy. But this is also a fact that Americans, when they're cremated, have a sweeter kind of barbecue smell to them because of all the sugar and additives we have. So I wouldn't be surprised if the American people were a victim of their own colonization and being in a human meat farm and being used to feed people. And I truthfully, I think that's why it keeps people in a low vibration, because it keeps your gut stressed, your body stressed, and it keeps you in that fight or flight mode, you know? Yeah, apparently McDonald's has some demonology symbolism in it. So it's very rare that I eat McDonald's. I think usually it's like once every 2 weeks. I think I had it last week and I had it this week, yesterday, as like a little tester, but it's something that I rarely eat. But the more I eat it, the more I connect with that weird side of myself where I'm like, is this really, like, what am I even eating? You know, and then why do I feel so weird after I eat it, you know? But they do be having the crispiest sodas. I don't know how they do that shit, but they got it on lockdown, okay? If I had the money, I would be hiring someone secretly from McDonald's to hook up a soda machine in my home for just Diet Coke and maybe Sprite, and maybe, like, I don't know, what would you guys vote? If you were a friend in my house, if you could vote a soda, what would you want other than Sprite from McDonald's? Do you guys have one? Because I'll add that, because I'm like a almond mom. I always make sure to have snacks for, like, if my friends come over, drinks and snacks, because otherwise you're fucking stuck eating an avocado smoothie, honey sugar, okay? With no sugar at that, okay? So do you really want that, or do you want to eat the Doritos and the the Cokes that I have, you know? So I try to appease my friends who are not very health conscious, which I don't care if they're health conscious. If I had the choice, I would not be fucking health conscious. Do you think I want to fucking eat salad every day? Fucking no. No, I'm tired of my poop being green. I didn't know it could do that. Why is it green? Ugh. It reminds me of when I used to fucking babysit and the baby's poop would be shit diarrhea green. I did not know one could consume so much vegetables that happens, but I guess it happens. So you're welcome for the TMI, but I guess I'm ultimately healthy. It sounds like you could be getting in some pain and hot swelling. Ooh, but that's true. That is true. Because when I eat, like, I remember when you say that, it's true. Because when I was doing my vlogs, I was trying to use a fork and it pinches my elbow. Like when I closed my fist like this, it's hard to close. Like some fingers, like you can kind of see some fingers like are hard to close. So for a fork, it's hard to close around it. Like if they made real chunky forks, that would kind of be nice. I feel stupid, but I almost think like baby forks would kind of help me eat. But then there's going to be some bitch come in and be like, oh, you're trying to cater to pedos. So, like, at that point, I'm just going to suffer. Because I don't want to give that vibe. So, I tried to use chopsticks, but it's just like any movement, because it was starting to affect my elbow again, and any movement, it was just like pinched nerves. So like and it traveled up my body and like down my side. So it was definitely pinched nerve related and stuff like that, you know. So, but yeah, what as I was saying, I was thinking of getting more CBD and RSO stuff. I weaned off of it, but I do miss it. I don't feel like I need it, but with the little bit amount of pain, I almost wonder if I'd be walking normal with the CBD. That's almost kind of exciting to think about. I have another day of cleansing to do for pinworms. But oh my god, that like makes my heart skip a beat. So I'm just grateful for that. I was scared. I was scared I was gonna have to go in the hospital. I don't have anyone to watch my dogs, and when I'm in the hospital, it's usually for like a week or two. So what do I even fucking do? I'm facing eviction. I'm facing this court shit. My car broke down, and then I'm in the hospital. Like, ugh. So one thing had to fucking reprieve, and I'm just happy my health is getting a little better. I know a lot of foods have anti-caking, and that fucks. Yes, exactly. That's why I stopped drinking oat milk. Everybody was like, oat milk, oat milk. Like, I'll drink it if I make it, but all the gum agents and like ice cream. Ice cream doesn't melt anymore because of all the they're finding cheaper ways to make ice cream, but byproducts and chemicals to give it that ice cream effect. So it doesn't feel the same. And like if you are neurodivergent and you cling to like the consistency of things and you know when they change their recipe, that's kind of what it is. I'll notice like Breyers is like even more gummy and shit like that. Like I hate all of that, and that's why I have to eat so clean, because that shit, it's that's what I mean, like byproducts and stuff like that stuff fucks me up, and I wish people would understand that. People are so mean online especially, and I wish they'd understand like one day I could be fine, and then I just decide to maybe risk adding like a new thing, and I thought it'd be okay, but it wasn't, and then my joints blow up, and people would be like, well, you knew better, oh, stop faking, or whatever. Like somehow it is my fault. I'll take accountability for wanting to try a new thing, but I mean, I want to challenge anyone to try to eat the same thing for the rest of your life and nothing else. So like forgive me for wanting the slightest variety, you know, because I just drink those smoothies and try to find a good variety of chicken salad that I can eat, you know, with very limited dressing. So, and the same way you feel about McDonald's, I feel the same way about Starbucks as well. Starbucks and like the big. Hey, Nigel Grimm, are you Jedna? I don't know if I asked you this. Your profile picture reminds me of another person whose name is Jedna. I don't know if you're the same person. You guys have different names across platforms, so you could be. But if you are Jedna, sorry I didn't recognize you. I did, but also I just didn't know if you were him or not. Maybe you look similar. I don't know. Because I'm radioactive. McDonald's. I have heard Doritos and Sidral. What is that? Frozen dessert here. Yeah, same here. Same. Yeah, they can't call it ice cream unless it's like a certain amount of what, like cream or dairy or something. They use black goo in their recipes. Ooh. Yeah, that makes me not want to drink it anymore. Eat it or whatever. I'm thinking Diet Coke, obviously. Yeah, yesterday when I had it, it just didn't hit. And that's kind of what keeps happening. I know we were boycotting it, and I was boycotting it technically before we were boycotting it for the reasons, you know. I don't know what I can say on here. But the reason why I stopped eating is because like I would crave it, but then when I eat it, it wouldn't hit the same. I wish In-N-Out would step into the chicken nugget game. But I've come to realize the thing I like about McDonald's chicken nugget is it tastes like popcorn chicken. Because that's really all I get is their chicken nuggets. I don't care for their fries much anymore. I prefer In-N-Out fries. But their chicken nugget tastes like popcorn chicken. So now that I've realized that, I really don't care for their chicken nuggets or anything. Like, maybe if I was nauseous, I'd get a Diet Coke, but it's rare that I get nauseous anymore. So, Donovan, welcome in. So, oops. The older I get, I guess, like, it's funny because I crave healthier food now. I crave more red meat, like, once a week, and then salads. I crave my smoothies a lot. That's the one thing I claim that heals me, that and my garlic. So that's kind of what I'm sticking to. Episode of where Krusty Krab made those goo burgers. Hey, I believe you, because when I talk about manifesting, I refer to the magic conch, where I'm not Jedna. Okay, good to know. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes like Bubba's came in here and he went by the BMC and I didn't know it was Bubba's. So I just kept calling him BMC. But like sometimes I don't know if you change your username across platforms and you follow me on TikTok if it's different. I won't know who you are. I try to keep up with y'all, but there's only so much I can do. Okay. But as long as you're not him, then I'll feel okay now. I'm not calling you. I don't know. Anyway. Um, but yeah, I talk about the magic conch a lot because they just believe in the magic conch and they trust it. They just trust that food will fall out of the sky. And that seems crazy to Squidward, and you can use that to the real life where you can believe in manifestation, and people can believe it in the way of God as well or whatever. Sure, it sounds crazy to normal people or whoever, but as long as you believe, you see what's you see the reward. They may not. That's why I keep trusting my gut with this social media stuff because I didn't know I'd ever go viral on social media, and I think there's something to it. I feel very fulfilled with it. I wake up every day excited. Like, how can I help people? What things can I say? Like, what can I do to set a better example? What things do I want to do for my channel for myself today? Like, maybe I want to hang out with my dogs on my channel, or, maybe I want to go to a place to eat or visit a place to go make a basket for my friend, whatever. So, and I'm just very grateful for I can't tell you enough. Like, I get a lot of hate, and I don't know if it's abnormal or normal. I don't know. But sometimes it makes me question, am I doing the wrong thing? Because then I feel really bad. Like, the last thing I want to do is use people. The last thing I want to do is make people feel like they have to throw money to me to feel valued. And I want to remind you guys that you don't. I just feel very blessed, and I am very grateful and blessed that I have people who are willing and generous enough to contribute towards my goals and dreams financially, sitting here, spending your time with me, whatever it might be. So it's kind of crazy to me when I think about it, but I'm just pushing, not for myself, because I feel like if I abandon this, then I'll never be able to give back to the people that I feel like deserve it, which is you guys, the ones who have helped me get this far. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of at this point where it's like no return. That's kind of how I feel. And I feel good about this. So it's not like something where I feel like maybe I should give up on this. And, I see how it's connecting down the line with things that I want, like my restaurant and things like that, and helping my community. And, oh yeah, I was saying that. I really would like, because I was talking about my goals, but then I was getting frustrated because I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. So my celebratory gift to myself, if I get rent this week, when I get rent this week, let's switch words up. When I get rent this week, when I get my car back this week, when I get Spudgy's blood work done, and when I pay for rent this month and Spudgy's surgery this month. Ugh, that's so much. I'm going to reward myself by finally getting back into the motion of making food for my community because I'll have my car back. So I think we're going to do chili dogs. Cuz I'm looking for I don't know, seasonal type warm foods now, I think, rather than I was going to do salads and stuff and like wraps. But come to find out, they don't really hang out outside during the summer. I don't know where they go. So Cape Grim beef, some best in the world, best for a while. Hell yeah, to the end grass feed. So what I learned is that whatchamacallit, In-N-Out, they don't necessarily have grass-fed beef, unfortunately, but they do get the top of the pick for their beef. So I notice, like, if I eat too much of red meat, then it kind of makes me constipated. But other than that, if I am easy with the red meat and get just high quality red meat, I don't have a bad reaction. So I don't know what that means that they feed them. But I would assume, like, maybe they can't say, like, it's always grass-fed, but I feel like higher quality means grass-fed. So maybe they can't just always say, yes, we'll get grass-fed, but they'll always they have third-party contractors to where they can, like, they have it, contracted out that they get the first pick. So I'm like, maybe that means, like, a lot of times they do get grass-fed beef, just not all the time. So they just can't put that constituent in there, legality-wise. Whereas McDonald's, they'll make their pink slime beef and name it 100% beef just so that they legally can call it 100% beef or whatever, Snake River Farm has some best products. Is that in your area or is that global? Do you know? Anywho, I hope I get my car back. Let's pray. I'm so grateful for everyone who's subbed and everything, for real. I'm grateful to have just $75 because I have the amount for my lawyer sitting in my account, so we're just kind of waiting for that. And now we're just earning for my car and rent. So thank you, everyone. Even when I've been getting some people who donated $5, thank you so freaking much. I don't even have that. I literally don't. So I can't say thank you enough for donating everything. Subbing. We'll have merch back out soon. I have to purchase from Kayla. She's really good at what she does. I can't deny her that. But her ship times with how crazy her life is a little difficult for my end when I'm relying on that for income. So I want to get like bulk items so I can just, hey, can I have 100 shirts, 100 sweatshirts, 100 sweatpants, 50 lighters, and I'll bring them here and we'll put them on the back wall so you guys can see them with the streams, and then I can package them out and do videos packaging them out. Oh, and I also figured out I'm going to draw up. So Beef is going to be the manager. So I think I'm going to do like a cartoon thing of each dog because I know y'all have your own favorite dog. Sounds good, Joe. So the plan is this week I'm going to draw up the animals in their own little, like, you know, character, so that if you guys want to support the dogs, proceeds that go to the dogs will be items that have the dog's face or anything dog related. Like if it's an air freshener with the dog's face on it, it will go towards the dog's bills. So that means vets, food, walks, because right now Shredder and Beef get walked by a walker. This girl Chandler, she comes every once in a while. I just go through this app, Wag. But yeah, so Spudgy, I call her a burrito squirrel. So I'm gonna draw a little burrito squirrel that looks like Spudgy. Shredder's security, so which fits perfect because he's a black dog, and I feel like when you see security, they wear all black. So I feel like he's already got like half of his uniform. And then Beef, he's the manager, so we're gonna draw him like a little manager kind of thing. And then Odin, I call him a little pumpkin bear. So he's gonna be a little pumpkin bear kind of drawing. So there's gonna be stuff like that, and I hope I have things lined up that I want to do, but they cost money. So when I talk about these things, understand I can't make them happen right away because I don't have the ability to. I could take a loan out, but I'm trying to lessen the amount of debt that I have. So when I come to this hill of owning a bar, that I don't have that much debt. So I have about $4,500 worth of debt. So that's not a lot. It's a good amount, but it's not a lot compared to a lot of people. But I want to get rid of my debt and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to take out more loans, but we do have like the merch coming back here soon. I got to revisit it in a different way. So, but I'm excited because there's going to be a lot more options other than the SpongeBob stuff. Because I know that's not everybody's forte either. And even then, the SpongeBob merch could be less, like, price-wise, because I can buy it in bulk, which lessens the amount per item, and ship it out myself. Because I would pay her a little extra for handling, for handling the items and shipping it out for me. Anyway, so that's the goal down the line. But things have to line up here, and hopefully they do. But I'm going to be posting this, and if there's anyone watching, I don't know who's watching ever on YouTube. Yeah, if you want to donate, I have a link tree. There's Cash App right there. What are we away? 825 away. Wow. Yay, we're almost under 800. The goal is to do this tomorrow, but hey, get this done by tomorrow. But hopefully I can pay at least by the end of the day. And if I have to, then I'll start super early in the morning, and I don't know what I'll do. Just fucking trust. I just trust. Pretty much at this point, I don't even know what I'm doing, but all I know what to do is just keep doing what makes me happy, so it keeps that energy high, and just trust that doing what makes me happy, that I don't have to control everything. I don't have to worry about everything if you put the trust into Sky Daddy's hands. That's kind of the mode I'm trying to get into. Like, essentially, like, they're your parents. You can rely on the universe, whatever, for money, for, help in situations. You just got to trust. Because if you don't, then you end up doing things that you know, maybe if you had parents that were like really great, perfect parents, then maybe you over like preemptively do something that they wouldn't really suggest doing, and you're like, oh, you fucked it up, you know? So I'm just kind of trusting in situations that I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is the right thing, but I feel good about it. I feel happy. I feel fulfilled. It boosts my mood. I feel grateful every day that I go to bed that I get to do what I do. So ultimately, maybe there's a down period, but I just hope that with what I believe, that that means there's a up period just right around the corner. So I'm trying not to stress. I'm just trying to trust in whatever the source is, whatever label you want to put on it. Um, oh, big stretch. Wow, that was so good, beef. Um, his little Pete's in the other camera were so cute. This one. um, but that's all I could say. I know things will look up from here, but I'm not gonna lie, the situation is stressful, but stressing about things is a choice, and I've come to learn that, so I try not to stress. Because it always gets taken care of, so the stressing was kind of like not needed. I cried a little bit this morning, but not in a way of like anything bad. It's just like I needed to get that blockage out. Because I can't go ride my motorcycle and get that energy out. And the messages with my son today, I don't want to say they're triggering, but they always make me emotional. So it kind of tipped the scale with that a little bit for myself. But my son is so beautiful. I hope he's a model when he grows up. He could be whatever he wants. I'll be proud of him. But I hope he gets the tall genes. Everyone in my family is tall. His father is tall. I hope to God he's like really tall and be like a beautiful model. Right, Beef? You could be a model. You're so pretty, beautiful. Yeah, you're so pretty. Yeah. Anywho, I can't say times a million though, guys. Thank you so much for just making me feel welcome on YouTube. Whoa, watch out, Beef. Are you okay, Spudge? I know he's crazy, huh? He's crazy. But yeah, I wish you guys knew. Like I have a community online. I do. But I still feel rather alone. I'm not gonna lie. I have my puppies. But in situations where I don't have much of people that like, it's me. I'm it. Like if I don't get rent, that's it. If I don't have money to pay for my dogs, and I just have to keep working until I do. If I can't fix my car, that's it, you know? So in the midst of these struggles, I feel like the fact that there's people who are at least kind enough to like not judge me in these situations, I wish you guys fucking knew how great you were for that. Because a lot of y'all are struggling and you think you're in bad situations because you deserve it or something, but I know just because you're here, like as corny as it sounds so gross, but like you're here, and I know there's like good shit's gonna happen because you're here and because you're a good person and because you're not judging me for what I'm going through. So I know good things are gonna happen to you because of that, as corny as that sounds, but I'm beyond grateful because right now the last thing I need is to be judged for my situation, because I really don't even know how to get through my situation. But YouTube has not made me feel judged. I think there's been one troll on YouTube that I've seen. Granted, I don't read the comments much, but I've kind of learned not to. But I've only encountered one troll, and that was it on YouTube. I've really just... are you okay? Oh. I've really just assumed that my content's too long for them to really care to watch. You know, short form gets the haters because their attention span is so short. They don't give a shit to listen to why anything's happening. They just want to judge, you know, so they're going to judge regardless. But like I feel flustered because, you know, my best friend, she's having a situation in her life, and you know, my family, I can't really lean on. So like it's not that I can't, but like everybody in my life is going through shit, and I don't want to be that person on their plate. I'm not trying to be my friend's fourth child. I'm not trying to be Kayla's seventh child, you know. And at this point, things are kind of just, my health is finally easing up, and like things are just a little scattered, and I feel sad that I can't be there for my friends, but I know they're going through it, and I don't want to be putting any kind of burden on them to have to show up for me in any way. I don't know. It's a confusing thought process just because the shit that happens to me is so abnormal. It's not really what normal people go through, I feel like, but I'm trying to get out of this, and I just hope I hope and pray that my dedication and consistency to not just my diet, but streaming and trying to help people through this, hopefully the universe takes care of me and blesses me. And that's just what I'm trying to prove, that if you lead with happiness and trust. Hey, don't do this. Get away from him, okay? You don't have to be like that. You can just get the fuck away from him. That's what you can do, you know? You don't have to be so mean. Just walk away. That's it. Okay? If you guys see her face, yes. Don't be mean. I don't like that because you're teaching him that's okay. It's not, and he's big. I don't want him doing that to me or you, even worse. Anyway, but yeah, I just feel like when I talk to my peeps, a lot of people just don't really realize how great they are, and I wish that you guys would see that there is a lot of greatness in you because of the way you show up for me, and it's such a big impact to me because the way I feel right now is a little weird because I don't feel like I have like a pole to just, you know, cling to and feel sturdy with, i.e. family, friends, whatever. Like, I do feel like I have community and stuff, but not in the stability sense, you know? But it's not like it's not their responsibility to, like, provide me that stability, you know? It's my responsibility to make sure I have that and build that for myself, but it's difficult. And like I said, last thing I need is judgment. And yeah, you fucking idiot. Not you guys, sorry, the office emailed me, Diana. We were reaching out, which is so funny because I just went to go ensure that they didn't cash my check. I literally just checked this. She's like, we are reaching out as we received back the payment of $24.20. We cannot hold the funds in our office as they will be mailed back. Please please confirm you can receive the funds certified mailing. Please advise. Yes, I can. Just set up a time. Yes, I can. Which is so funny. You got my check back, but you guys are claiming I owe you $2,200 from that month. Why did you send my check back if you're claiming that? Also, why the fuck did you sign me up for a $2,900 plan, bitches? Anyway, I can't say that to them. But I'm asking them if there's a way to schedule a pickup to sign for. Because the last time I got it, before I could even hobble to the door, the post office person just left a note and said, like, I have to sign for it. So then the next following days, I woke up super early in the morning and hobbled my ass out to 3 different post offices trying to intercept it. And they said they couldn't find it. So I'm glad that they finally received it, which is so funny because I literally just got back. Like, before the stream, I just got back from checking to see if they had cashed the check or not. And they're like, no, they didn't. I'm like, this is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid, all of this. Hey, elevator, it breaks my brain. Animals are something else. My cat scolded me today because I didn't allow her to chill on the balcony. It's cold and she's a sphinx. Oh, goodness, I know. My dogs are the same way. I love the intermediate phase with, like, the nice weather, but the cold weather, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, you have to come inside. I know I'm a terrible parent. I know, sorry. I get it. It's with love, though. It's with love. I'm nervous for Friday, but I'm excited. You gotta get my friend driver tells delivery people what's what. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I did not know that was a thing. Damn. You're always putting me on the good things. Does your wife have one of those? Because I don't want to have a handicap sticker for my car. To be honest, I don't want to accept that just yet. But I'm like, maybe I should. Because I have been using the handicap spots and I feel like a dick because I don't have the sticker. But when I walk out, I don't feel like a dick because I can barely walk. So I'm like, okay. I feel like if anybody saw me, they'd be like, yeah, okay, that's okay. As a matter of fact, the dispensary people, when the one who knows about my joints, when he sees me, he tells me to pull up into the empty spots that are in front, which are the handicap. Because at first I was like, can we park there? Because there were people parking there that weren't handicapped. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't care. And he's like, is something wrong with your hip or something? And I was like, he thought I got hurt on my motorcycle. And I was like, oh no, this is just like arthritis. And he's like, well, you should use the handicap spot next time. I was like, as long as I don't get towed. He's like, we don't care. Which is kind of a lame thing, but at least in my case, because I don't have the sticker, I can use it. But I think I should get the sticker now because my doctor offered to get one for me. And I'm like, maybe I should. Because it'd be nice to have one for my bike and for my car. But I didn't know there was one for the delivery because that's what I hate. Like they knock on the door and I have to like jump up and sprint to the scooter. And I don't know how I do it, but I don't even make it there in time. And sometimes like before it hurt to even push myself on the scooter because I was bad again. So I didn't make it there in time. And they left one previously in my mailbox too, but they came that following Monday and I just missed him. And I wish I was looking to get another doorbell, a Ring camera doorbell, so I could talk to them. Like, no, wait, I'm coming. Like, I'll be there in a second, you know. I got her car one for the front door and it sticks to the glass. Folks, take 5 minutes plus to get. Oh, God, I love that. Well, I don't love that for him. I'm sorry that, you know, anybody has to fucking deal with that. But I did not know that was a thing. That is so, I'm going to have to look that up. I bet you there's probably one on Amazon or something. If not, Kayla could probably make something custom like that for me. So that's good to know. That is so good to know. Yeah, it's actually crazy. The worse I get, the more restrictive the world is. And it makes me so sad because people are even worse about it. They're, you know, like the rental office. They're like, even though you didn't pay on the portal, you could have easily dropped it off. And that like hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to bust out in tears because if they understood what I was going through being bedridden and the amount of pain I was in, just laying down was awful for me. Nothing easy about it. I couldn't sleep or anything. And like those of you remember that time. So it's like that's all that is in my mind. Like this is not easy at all and it's not accessible to me and I'm going through eviction because it's not accessible to me and it's frustrating. So I'm in a wheelchair. Just like the USPS office, like every 10 days they'd empty out my mailbox and mark me as vacant. And I'm like, I'm not vacant, I'm here. I just don't leave my house more than a month, every 2 months maybe for my doctors. But I was bedridden. And like, I don't get why people don't get what that means. What more do you say to describe the word? Like, what more do you describe not being able to leave? And like, they see me there at the post office. So they think, oh, it must not be that bad. But I'm taking copious amounts of medication just to be there, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I'm bedridden. I can't get to it. And they're like, the lady's response, I was like, I have a doctor's note that you guys need to drop this off at my door. And the lady's response was, oh, well, if we did that for anyone who just had a little ache, then we couldn't, you know, we wouldn't be doing our jobs or some shit like that. And I just stared at her because I've had this since I was 6 and it's put me in wheelchairs and everything. And I didn't have my car then. So I only had my motorcycle and I had to like limp over on my motorcycle and I could barely lift my leg to shift gears on my motorcycle, but it was my only vehicle. So I had to get over there on my motorcycle and it was such a struggle. And I just stared at her because I just did not know what to say. And so I went back because they did it again. They marked it as vacant. And I'm like, I can't get there in time because I have to get on my motorcycle to get my mail because it's by the front gate. I can't walk there. I don't know how else to make this clear to you guys, but I can't. Just because you see me walk in here, I'm not going to take 20 fucking pills of ibuprofen every day to go walk and get my mail. And the supervisor dude looked at me and he's like, oh, you don't have any family or friends or anything that will pick up your mail? And I'm like, you want someone to come pick up my mail every day for me instead of having your worker drop it off and do their job and drop it off at my door so it's accessible to me. And so I don't have family. I was like, no, I don't have family. I grew up in foster care, so I barely have friends who can do that. And he laughed, and then he looked at me, and then he realized I was serious. And so I think at that point they stopped marking me vacant. They never drop it off at my door, but at least they stopped marking it vacant so I can go get it every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and all my mail is still there, right? So it's like stuff like that. It just really it hurts my feelings. And I've dealt with this as a kid. But it sucks because I really thought it was being a kid that they just didn't understand. But no, it's just people don't understand others with disabilities. Unless you are like all shriveled up like this, they don't see anything wrong with you and they think you're making excuses. And those are the kind of people, I don't wish bad on others, but I hope the universe makes them eat their words. I really do, because like, what? And I'm in a way grateful for what I have, because it could never make me judge someone so shallowly, so rude, so inconsiderately. And I don't think I would be this way if I didn't have what I have to give my eyes a better view, you know? Because most people I find that judge me are perfectly healthy. The most they've experienced is a cold, you know? And when I say I'm sick, that's literally what they think. They're like, oh, when I'm sick, I take some ibuprofen and I go to work, some Tylenol and I go to work. I'm like, yeah, you have a cough. I can't walk. There's a fucking difference, dude. Like a big difference, you know? Understand what you mean with the car one, house at the park. It's true. It's true. I think I'm gonna do it because I've accepted the whole, you know, with a cane thing, and I think the handicap license is less humiliating than a cane. Truthfully. So I'm really grateful for you mentioning anything about that, because it makes me feel a little better. So that's where, like, I wish y'all would really see, like, there's just little things about you guys. You don't even have to show up with money. You don't have to just, you guys spreading the knowledge and shit that you have. It's helped me so much in my healing process. And I can't have any of my goals without my health. I know there's people out there who are probably paralyzed or whatever, and they're accomplishing huge things, and I'm proud of them. I don't even know them. I'm not capable of that. The amount of pain I'm in, I don't think it's sustainable. I would rather unalive myself. Um, I don't want to do that because I have big goals, and I think my goals could be helpful for community in the future and future generations, my child and generations to come, and stuff like that. And so, and a point of safety. So I really push, and at this point, I've invested so much, and people have invested a lot in me. The last thing I want to do is quit this and let them down. Like, I shit you not, to sound like a little bitch, I literally cry about it pretty routinely, in a good way though, because I'm so grateful. Like, I think of where I was in like almost a year ago, you know? I moved in almost a year ago here. I was in the ugliest, nastiest little apartment. I made it look very cute and whimsical, but I was very sick. I was taking loads of medicine. I had the worst rash. Like, this is the healthiest I've been. This little, even though I took a little dive, this is the healthiest I've been. And I just really see September being my month of remission and stuff like that. I keep saying that, but it's been a process, and I'm okay with being wrong in the process. I just think it's important to keep hope, and that's what I'm doing. Sometimes it can get tiring to keep having hope, but you guys are very instrumental in that, because you guys remind me that it's okay to do certain things. Because people look at me, I really let people gaslight me is a problem. People look at me and they say, like, I look normal enough, but I don't feel it. Trust me, I don't feel it. And I know certain for a fact that I'm not, with all my medical history and how it's been. If any other person was going through that, I'd be like, holy shit, that's not normal, you know? And so I feel like a lot of probably disabled people try to do this, but we gaslight ourselves into thinking we're really not that sick, because that's the only way to go through life is, you know, kind of being a little in denial about how bad our illness is until it's really bad. And there's that day where we just come to the reality of it. And that's usually when we have like a really bad day. And it's just like everything comes crumbling down, and we realize, holy shit, I'm sick for my whole fucking life. This really sucks. Look at everything I'm missing out on. And it's just like a roller coaster. But it's helpful to know that there's other people going through this, but that there's certain parts of it that, you know, are normal to feel ashamed about and feel okay about. Because I don't feel like when people look at me, they see me as like, you know, I don't even think of myself as disabled. I really don't. Because it's just so fluctuating. You know, there's times where I'm really crippled, but I don't let that define my ability, you know. But other people who would be going through this, and they look at me and tell me, my doctor said you have a disability. And I just wanted to argue back with him, but it's true. I do have a disability, but I don't like admitting it. Um, just because I think of it differently, abled, not like not abled, you know? So it's helpful to be reminded by people in general that like these things are okay and stuff like that. Because I feel bad like I'm taking handicap from someone else who more needs it, but I don't even go to the store anymore because I can't make it to the front. You know, there's times when I don't even go inside the store if there is no parking in the front. So at this point, like I feel like I need it, but I still feel kind of bad. Like even then, when I went to the dispo and parked in the handicap, a guy didn't park in the handicap because the handicap was full and he was rolling in with a wheelchair. And at first I felt like such a dick. Great, I'm that person. But I was like, also, but I am that person. I am also disabled. And that reminds me of when I was streaming and somebody came in. And I've been having like a weird feeling about this because I see these videos and I'll probably post a video about this on TikTok. I'll get a lot of hate. But you know the penny fairy? And Bubba's welcome back. But people would come into my stream and be like, I'm going to get the penny fairy in here. I love the penny fairy. People have sent me pennies before and I'm not offended by it. It's a penny more than I have. And I talk about that biblical fucking parable all the time where some people give like a penny because they want to support, but that's all they have, you know, and they'd rather give me that through whatever than TikTok. So I'm grateful for whatever that people give me. But there was one person who came in and was like, how dare you be scamming? What about the people who need help? And that was the point when I was bedridden and I was on those infusions that were making me sicker, and like everything I ate just triggered me, and like I couldn't even sleep. Like it was that worst of the worst. And I don't even know what I'm supposed to do for money at that point. And I wish I could sit down with these people and tell them everything and then sit there and ask them, now, after I've explained this, what do you want me to do? I could take on typing jobs, but I can barely even play video games because my fingers still cramp because of the way the arthritis hits my fingers. I wish people would understand how crippling rheumatoid arthritis is. And they're so judgmental about it, and it is really hard to deal with. But it is so helpful because that's what I mean. Like, you guys aren't judgmental about it. Like, you guys aren't mean. You guys, you know, we joke about it sometimes, but nothing to where I've had friends who they'll joke about it with me, but they'll take it too far. But I don't know how to describe it. You guys know the line, and I appreciate the respect that you guys have towards me, and you knowing the line and how to have fun, and still, like, you guys just give such good fucking info, because I do struggle with these things internally. Like, I just try to talk myself through it, though, you know. Mark, hello! I hope you're doing well today. Hi, I'm glad to see you in here. The fact that pharmacies here don't have drive-through, but delivery fucks in my brain, but miss the drive-through. Ooh, we have both. The pharmacy to deliver is like $5, but drive-through they have, which is nice. Well, I'm sure you know how it is here. USA all day. Hello, cheers to you. I hope you're having a good day. I feel sorry for them. Agreed. I think you do. Thank you. You guys are so encouraging. For real, I see and have a long night, and you're right. Low-key. Aw, you guys are fucking great, dude. For real, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I like to think I have the potential. I really do. But it's like I sometimes gaslight myself because I don't do the things that other YouTubers do. I don't like talking about other YouTubers. I don't give a shit what they're doing. I just want to do my own thing. I don't really like the new games that they play. I like to play my own games. I like to do my own thing. But that's fine. I guess I'm just looking for people who align with me. But I wish that you guys understood, and you'll see when I reach the end of this, and not even the end, like when I have that bar, when I reach the first million even, like, you guys are the reason for that. I shit you not. You are the full fucking reason for that. So, I don't know. It just is so encouraging. Sometimes I lose sight. I'm not going to lie, you know, and that's only human, but just small things that you guys do. I wish you knew how impactful it was. When you die, you'll know. Not to be all morbid, but you'll know. But yeah, welcome back, Babas. I am sick forever. Couldn't hold a job. Lots of meds. I feel that, dude. I'm slowly getting myself off my meds. I just took myself off of a new med. The med I tried before put me into the ER within like 15 minutes. That's how bad these meds are. They're like anti-cancer drugs mixed with just immunosuppressant biologics. So it's just not good for my body, and I've been on it my whole life. I think my body needs a holistic approach to be more gentle, the tolerance is built up and they only get more harsh. So I think right now I'm in the right direction, and I feel so good to my joints feel good today. They don't feel the best, but they feel better than they have been. And I posted a picture. If you guys saw my swelling on my knees, that was in my elbow, ankles. I just showed the knees because whatever. I don't need to post all the things, but I don't know. It's kind of like Sandwich. Like there's for a while Sandwich. I haven't seen Sandwich for a bit, but Sandwich only pops up when I need a sign from Spirit, whatever the hell. Sandwich is very important in my spiritual journey. He's a cat that shows up randomly. But when my joints get better, I just know that'll be a sign that everything else is going to fall into place when it needs to. I'm learning a lot through this, and there's a lot that I'm learning that if I don't regress, I wouldn't have learned the things that I've learned. Like if I didn't regress this last time, I don't think I would have learned the depth that I've learned just recently, like with the meds. Like I kind of had a feeling, but I don't think I'd be as sure. And then even then it coincides with the mold and everything like that. So, yeah. At home coach, you do a good job. Thank you. Jerica, hello beautiful. They kicked me off TikTok stars under what? Dude. What the hell? TikTok is on one, dude. I don't know if they recently updated something about their system, but they are on one. I'm not dipping out. I know this will be the last year on TikTok live. I might go live promoting stuff on my TikTok shop, but that's it. Like I won't be going in depth topics like this or whatever on TikTok live anymore. But yeah, they're on one, dude. I got banned the other day for talking about the weed fee for pulling weeds, and they took me down for drugs and substance abuse or whatever the fuck. Sandwich the Miracle Kitty. I know, I haven't seen him for a bit, so I hope he's doing okay. Very pretty little brown Siamese cat. And now that my joints are feeling better, I hope he comes around because I haven't fed him for a bit, but it's because I couldn't make it. I like to put a little plate of chicken on the wall that he crawled up on, right? But I have to walk across into the gravel. It's really hard right now to do it. So at a point, I put my scooter away for like 2 weeks, and I was like, yes, or like maybe even a month. So I'm almost there. I'm still using the scooter a little bit here and there. It's not in the room right now. It was in the room yesterday. The day before, it wasn't in the room. So we're a little bit, but I think I'm doing a parasite cleanse, lots of binders, healthy food. I did have McDonald's yesterday, but that's all right. Nothing too crazy after that, and just been really healthy with my coffee, really good with my diet, lots of whatever fucking fluids. So, and I took myself off this new medicine, which I think is important. I called the pharmacist to pick it up, and they told me, they said several other things, but they were like, did the doctor disclose with you if you start having swelling all on one side with your joints to call in about the reaction? I was like, no, he didn't say shit about that. And they're like, yeah, if you have that, that's an allergic reaction and you need to stop taking it and call them. So I did, and he didn't advise for me to stop taking it. He wanted me to increase the medicine, the prednisone that I increased, which is why my face is a little puffy. He wanted me to increase that, which I did, but he wanted me to stay on the other med, which increasing the prednisone is also an immunosuppressant. Everything I take is an immunosuppressant, biologic. Some are less than others. Prednisone is just an immunosuppressant, isn't a biologic, but the other one I take is biologic, and the new one is a biologic. So those are more like on the spectrum of like anti-cancer drugs. But I took myself off the new one because that reaction I had with the previous one that sent me to the ER, I feel like they won't believe me unless I go to the ER again. I don't want to go to the ER, so I just took myself off of it. It's been about a week, and even the fact that I had McDonald's, the fact that my joints didn't flare up again today as big as they were last week, is a big sign to me that I'm doing things right. I don't need to be eating McDonald's every day to like test that, but yeah, for sure, I'm just grateful that my joints are getting better, and that's just the snowball for everything. I really want to just let my ADHD roam free. Like the whole point of me starting restaurants because I love hostessing. I love being a server. I love being a dishwasher. I love being front house. I want to learn bartending. I want to be it all. I want to be a floater. I love being a floater. And I want to be a part of my team. You know, I don't want to just sit at home and watch them through the camera. Like, no. I want to know what real problems are happening and stuff, just kind of like how I am with you guys. And I purposely live my life and make sure that I'm very strict about boundaries and who I let in my life, because I don't want to have chaos in my personal life, so that I can open my life to cater to others. Because I found when I was dating, like, I would just stop putting the effort that I love to put into everyone, and I would just put it into one person, and they would just, it would be a lot. I'd be even sick, cooking from scratch, paying the bills, doing everything literally, and it was just too much. And I was like, I love people and I want to give this energy to the people externally, but it's hard to balance the both, and I don't really care for dating, so I'd rather give it to the people externally who really support my goals, because the people that I had before that I was giving it to, I was keeping them around and like people pleasing out of fear that they would abandon me, and they'd abandon me regardless, because if I don't give them what they want, then they're using me for supply. And it's not about my growth or anything, because my growth will threaten their supply. So it's crazy now to have like the right people, because it makes me feel more firm in my decisions. I am still scared to do things. I think I should have gotten, I don't know, I don't think I should have gotten a lawyer for Friday. I don't think that's the move. I think I should ask for a trial extension and let them know I'm looking for legal whatever, if they could give me an extension, because I didn't have enough time with the days. But I just trust things are happening right, because I have like the right people in my circle, and I know they're the right people in my circle, because even when they're going through it, I'm also going through it. Like, it's really really fucking weird how that happens. Like, you guys will be going through, like, you know, not the funnest situations. I'm like, damn, me too. But then when things are good, things are also good for you guys. So I feel like the good things are coming in, and that's where I can firmly say, okay, I know the good things are coming in for y'all, you know. So that was a straight up AI ban there. Was it? Is that what it is? Yeah. And that's where it's like they're, if they were for the creator, they would kind of like tweak their AI to like not be as stringent with that, you know? How could the doctor forget to mention that? Right, Bubba's right? Cooking stream when I went to see a restaurant will turn out. Hell yeah. How you feel? Oh, dude, I'm feeling so much better. I posted a picture on Facebook of like the swelling between last week and today, and the swelling is so much better. So I'm so freaking grateful for that. You have no idea, because I got scared. I thought I was gonna have to go in the hospital again for like a week, and I can't do that. Like, Sierra has so much going on in her life. I do not want to ask her to come babysit. She actually might like that, but nonetheless, I don't want to be like, hey, come take care of my dogs. I know she would, but I don't want to be my friends' kids. You know what I mean? Like, I love y'all for supporting so largely, financially, supportive wise, like emotionally being there. But at the same time, I want to just get to that point in my channel where I don't have to fundraise like this, because I feel kind of like I'm still your kid, your guys' responsibility, or like you guys have an obligation. I don't know if you guys see it like that, but that's kind of like, to me, I want to get out of that. And I know it's a process, you know. But truthfully, when people come in saying that they can see me going big and stuff like that, it really helps me so much, because sometimes I'm like, am I doing this? Am I doing the right thing? You know, I don't know really what I'm doing, but I know there's a lot of money in it, and I know people like my stuff, and I know I've been wanting to share like me for the longest time on social media. I just couldn't find the right platform that would accept me fully. Like, different platforms accept different parts of me. Facebook likes certain parts of me. TikTok like certain parts of me. So to keep it safe, I have to like only keep it this deep. But YouTube, Twitch, I can go deep. I can say theories that maybe are a little racial, you know, focused. I don't want to say like I'm trying to be racist, but they are racially focused. I love talking about race. I love everything about cultural differences and everything. Sometimes maybe I am ignorant, and I just hope people, you know, point out where I am. But sometimes, you know, I just am saying what I see as truth. So I can't control. People are gonna like or dislike what I say regardless. So I'd rather bend the limits, but I know where there's a line. Like, I'm not trying to do it to piss people off or anything like that, you know, but I am so beyond fucking grateful for finding my people, because I feel like you guys are the catalyst. Like, I needed to find people who got what I said so that I could speak, hey, be nice, so I could speak my truth, because I know speaking my truth would get me to that point. So, like, you guys might sit here and think, like, oh, life is so shitty, like, blah, blah, and then you're just watching my stuff because you're just looking for, like, some, you know, good vibe to be around, some people. I don't know what you're looking for, community, whatever. But little do you know how important you are to building my community, and how big of a favor like you're doing for me, and it might not be a favor to you, but I just know in my mind, like, these are the people that I can't wait to give back to. I give back to my immediate community by feeding them and stuff like that, but the people who've gotten me to the point where like my platform blows up is you guys, like I keep saying, and you guys would be the first people that I would just be like, hey, I know you guys would be the first ones congratulating me. Like if I blew up over online overnight, I feel like I would know because you guys would message me. That's what it would be. Like I don't think I would find out myself. I think like one of you would end up screenshotting it and be like, dude, look at what's happening to your YouTube or something like that. And I'd be like, oh my God. You know, I'll wake up to that, to you guys being like, holy shit, look at, you're going viral, bro. You're on the news, bro. You know, like I really truly don't think I would notice it just right off on my own because of the support I have. I think you guys would notice it way before me. And that's, I think, so important to what I'm trying to do, because you guys know I'm not trying to just do surface level things. I'm trying to go very deep with this, okay? I want to bring this more to just, yes, I'll have financial wealth and I'll get everything I want and more. But at the same point, like, I live below my means and I don't need a lot. I want, like, I know if I were wealthy, I would buy my own house. I would start a commune. You know, the main homies would be invited. We'd make sure that there's a house set up for y'all, as long as there's like some sort of like, you know, you guys know how I feel about the content creation. So some sort of whatever with that. Maybe you don't want to content create, but you can manage the tech side of it, you know, whatever, or modding or whatever. But you know, some sort of give and take, adding help to the community or whatever. And then there'll be plants and shit, but I know I'll have like fun shoes. I want to decorate, but I don't care for like expensive items to decorate with. I like more creative me things. Like I can create, I can paint, I can make creations without having to check my money. I can feed, you know, the homeless without checking my money. I can, like, maybe I'll have a GTR, a 2002 BMW, and a BRZ, and maybe like another camping friendly Jeep. I don't know. But that's like, I can't imagine any other vehicles like that. I'm not a sports car person. I'm not a muscle car person. There's very specific cars that I like. I like very small, boxy cars. So, I know. Hi, buddy. He's like, it's dinner time. So like to me, I've always like had certain things that, you know, I've wanted, of course, but it's never been extravagant. It's always been very modest, but it could be extravagant to some people because a compound is pretty extravagant, but I do want community in that, not just me. That's the point of it. So, September is our month. I feel it too. I feel it. But I thought you were my daddy. I am. I'm a shared energy kind of person. I feel that. That's kind of how I feel, at least right now in my life, because I feel like I'll attract someone who's the same. And, you know, down the line, it's because I've realized there's some people who will claim to be a shared energy person, and then they'll use that to like flirt with their friends and shit like that. And they'll be like, what, I can't have friends? Okay, like, yeah, you can, but why are you asking to see their boobs? You know, shit like that. So, I feel like, you know, right now, I feel like the perfect people are in line, like in my supportive line. And I just know that it's going to lead me to the goal. And I'm so excited for that. And that's why I can't give up, because I feel like so many people have invested in me and believed in my goal, even when I didn't. Like when I had trouble believing in myself, you guys were there rooting me on. So I wish you guys knew how much that meant. And for some people who make it big, like myself, I feel like modest living is important so that I can give back appropriately, and you guys would literally be the first ones. I can't fucking wait. I've said this since day one. The best way now I can think of giving back is giving you little treat boxes, but money will be better, and I'll give you back much better ways. I'll hire strippers. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Bubba's. Boxy cars are coffins. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna die anyway. I heard boobs. I'm here. Kenny, hello. Welcome in. I'm going to smoke a little bit, and then maybe like, I don't know, 10 minutes I'll hop off. And we'll hop on TikTok and Twitch tonight. And I'll post it. Oh, by the way, what was it? Last night I think I was going to hop on again, but I was so tired. I ended up just going to bed. Sorry. So you'll find that happens with when my health is good. the fatigue won't be there, but sometimes I think, oh, I'll feel good, you know, but then I'll get the dogs fed, I'll get everything made for the day after or the next day and stuff, and then I'm like wiped out because just my body's still healing itself. So if you know, you know, but the energy levels are different because the body's directing it towards, you know, dealing with the autoimmune shit, which is getting better, but still, it doesn't happen overnight. But shit, that's not a bad thing. Get that rest, right? That's where I'm grateful. I'm really grateful, and I'd like to think that's, you know, the if I want to make money while, you know, doing things I want to do, and like money comes to me easy, right? That's what I want to believe. And I think that I have to prioritize sleep, and I can't just be stressed out about like, oh my god, like I can't sleep to pay these things, blah blah blah. Um, Assuming my joints are good tomorrow, I'd like to think we're gonna run a 3-day stream because there's a substantial amount that I have to raise. So we'll see what Friday brings. My court appointment's at 4 p.m. So maybe the judge will grant an extension. I won't have to worry about rent. All I have to do is focus on the lawyer. And hopefully we can countersue in this case. I don't know how it works. I don't know if we have to wait for it to end and then let them reach their verdict and then sue them back, or if we can go in defending me and then suing them. If you guys know, let me know. But I don't know how it's going to work out, so I'm going to wait kind of till Friday roams around. But to keep my mind distracted, to keep myself hyped up, we're going to be streaming all day tomorrow. And then what is tomorrow? Thursday? And we'll see how I feel. Because I can go on YouTube and TikTok via phone. So I have 2 phones, so I might do that. I don't have to like sit here all night, you know, like how I did in the beginning. So I would say, unfortunately, we're back to streaming, but I did plan on streaming for a living, so I don't feel so bad. I'm not sure why I gave up streaming for financial in the first place. I think people were making me feel real bad about it. But as long as I meet these goals, and then my gift to myself is just making chili dogs. Because the reason why it's a gift to myself is I got to get a big pot, a big chef pot to make some chili. And I really love giving it to the homeless people. And at that point, I also want to I want to buy buy a bag of dog food, so that, because a lot of them have dogs. When I was passing out the chicken and rice, thank God it's chicken and rice. But when I was passing it out, a lot of them asked for extras for their dogs, which I was happy to give. But I didn't realize how many homeless people had dogs, so I'm happy to give them some dog food and some human food and then water. I don't know why I was such an idiot to forget water, but like so many people would ask, like in the fucking heat, do you have water? I'm like, wow, I am such a bitch. Because I would have like a thing of water and I'd be like, no, I don't have any water. No, I didn't do that. But I didn't have any like waters to give them. I'm not going to give them my secondhand water, but nonetheless, I was like, how could I be so forgetful and not give them water? So that's what I want to do at the end of the month. It's obviously going to be a little more financially, but that's what we're going to celebrate with, because if I've accomplished these goals, when I accomplish these goals, then that means that I'll have the financials to be able to provide for that, and that's because you guys were able to help me. So, which is so funny because people really shit on me for that. People on Facebook will be like, "Wait, so I'm confused. So you can feed the homeless, but you ask people to pay your rent?" That's just how I choose to do it. I believe in the fact that, especially with my health being bad the last few months and the heat, I haven't done it, but I truly believe like the community is getting me here. So the best way I can get back is at least allotting like a 10% of it to food, and I can stretch that and make food for people and give back that way. You know, keep the energy flowing. If good things happen to me, I want to make sure good things happen to the people around me. Like the mentality that I had to have is like, when I win, it's going to be a win for my friends too, because they helped me get here, and they're going to be the first people that I thank. When I'm successful, when I'm financially able, they're going to be the first people that will be thanked financially, whatever it might be, because they did X amount to put into helping me. And there's tons of people who were in there for weeks at a time with me in the beginning and have even stuck in now. And once again, doesn't have to be financially. Like I have a list of people. It's not a kill list. It's actually like a pay list. It's a list of people that have time and time showed up for me in so many ways and just supporting me. And it's been so consistent that I have no other want in my mind but to give back. But for now, because I can't give back financially the way people do, helping the homeless community is part of my future goal. So I want to sprinkle it a little bit into what I'm doing so that when I do that future goal, I know a little bit more what's going on. Like I'm stepping my feet into the feeding them, and there's laws around it and things like that. So, I got to learn about these if I want to go bigger with it. And this is just the small steps to it because I want it to be like a huge organization. I'd love this to be global. I'd love eventually to start an organization for the VA, like for the vets, kind of like the VA, but better. Because we all know the government sucks, but I know. But I want big, big, big dreams. And even if I die before getting it done, at least I died trying. So that's kind of what my goals are. And have a homeless, like a low income, whatever organization for homeless and low income families, and get them mental resources for free and housing for free. And because I'll be that person who's a billionaire who has the money to do it, and be able to provide jobs for them that they enjoy, that pays them well, so that they don't feel stressed, so that they can get out of these survival modes, which will help them address the mental issues even more. Because when you take the survival off the plate, then you have like the family trauma and whatever that they're going through, to maybe substance abuse, or maybe that's how they got homeless, whatever trauma it is. Maybe it's a veteran or something. But I would love to have facilities for that. I imagine like not renting out, but like buying up an old mall and putting like a apartment on top of it, and then below is like where all the art therapy, talk therapy, maybe there's a smash room therapy, all kinds of things, and maybe a little food commissary. It kind of reminds me of actually the military base. Reminds me of the commissary. Spudgy, what are you doing? What is going on? Leave him alone. Get away from him. You're so mean to him, and then you go up to him and do that and expect him never to do anything. You're kind of mean. But I would like that for low-income homeless people, and that way they can have a, area to rest their head and not be on the streets with their pets and stuff like that. All from my restaurant. All from what I'm doing online at this point, I think, actually. Because I think that's what's going to fund my restaurant. If it works out to how I envision it, or someone's going to come out of nowhere. I don't fucking know. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm not worried about it. I just am keeping with what makes me happy. And I hope that does good things. I could say it does, though, because it's attracted, once again, the right people. Like, literally the perfect people. Like, you guys are so instrumental to me healing. Like, a lot of you guys, remember that person who came in that suggested the parasite cleanse? Like, what are the odds that I attracted that random person? And that started the journey towards this and learning about mold and everything, So I can't deny there being some sort of universal energy at hand. And while I get a little anxious because, what if the bad things happen? But no, I've been honest. I've been truthful. I've been watching my back. I think it's really about having boundaries and just being loving towards people, like setting boundaries with love. Like the first time they sent me through eviction, okay, your problem. I even offered to pay the fucking attorney fee, which I did, to keep the peace. Now, at this point, they're coming after me a second time. Anyway, but regardless, like somehow with the situations I'm going through, you guys are the perfect people to be around for that. And it's like so crazy that just leading by what I feel, my like philosophy or whatever you want to call it, that leading through that has done exactly what I wanted it to. And I couldn't have asked for better people to be a part of like the foundation of my community, because it's full of smart fucking people. So, and not just that, but smart people who have nothing to prove, like not ego driven smart people. I know tons of big words, but I don't like people who talk in spaces with big words because they're trying to prove that they're smart. I like people who have no problem speaking the universal language, not universal, but like, relaxed language of the people, because they're just trying to have conversations and discuss ideas. Like, even down to a T of those kind of people being in here. Like, you guys just come in for the vibe, but you don't sit there and be critical. Like, some people will be super critical. Like, when I'm talking about my health and stuff, they'll be like, yeah, well, you have to do this and this and this. Even though if they follow me for a long time, You guys aren't like that. You guys understand everything. You might have a loved one going through it. You might go through it, whatever. So it's all so instrumental in all of it. And when I sit down and think about how it all connects, it's too much to deny that there's not some bigger force at hand. And it's where my gratitude comes from, because it's like, wow, it makes me think of my dogs. Like, if they chose this path before they got to this world, then they chose to directly be an instrument to my path and helping me co-create this huge thing that I'm trying to do. And it's the same thing that I believe about you guys. Ew, I want to cry. But it's so true, because it's like, I have never had community, and you guys are just the first people who've proven that, like, the authentic version of me can have the community that I deserve and want. And just not that, but it's so much more than I wanted. And that's what manifestation is. Just like this home, just like my bike, just like my car, despite the throttle body, but still, regardless, shit happens. Sometimes you gotta maintenance things, you know. But I'm just beyond grateful, because I can't even put into words how crazy it is that, like, the perfect people are in my life. I'm not saying that you guys are perfect, like you make all the perfect moves, you never make mistakes, but you are so perfectly positioned in my life because you give the right words, the right insight. There's times when, like, I'll call out Mark, not to embarrass him, but sometimes he'll donate to me just randomly, but it'll always be angel numbers, because I don't know, him and I believe in that thing. I don't know if you guys believe in it, but sometimes I don't get to it right away because I don't have my notifications on still. But there's times when I get to it a little later, but I'll get to it at, like, the moment that I feel like I really need to, and I don't even realize it, but it's like an angel number that I get to see when I feel like things are really, not the greatest. So then I go into my Cash App, and then I see, like, 1111 as, like, sent to me, and it's just a little, to me, like, a funny little reminder that A, things are looking up, and B, I've got the right people in my life. So small little things like that, it's just very fun, very funny, very interesting. But in general, just, like, legit the right people. Like, I can't even put into words the right people. And when you guys are having struggles, like, believe it or not, even your struggles are so, like, they're lessons to me, or they're knowledge to me. And, like, it's a weird way that how that energy works. So that's where I really encourage people, not never, it's hard, I'm still trying to practice it, but negative situations, try to look at in a neutral aspect, because in reality, like, I don't want to say your negative situation is a good thing for me, but, like, when you're going through something bad, and I am too, I'm like, okay, like, we've got this, we can do this, we both are going through some shit, so okay, I'm not alone in this. Like, you know what I mean? So in the smallest ways, it just feels so nice to have a community. And if you feel like you don't have a community, I urge you to start building one, because it feels so much better than just dating one loser, trying to get them to see your worth. Instead, I feel like I've attracted people who see my value, who see my worth, without me just having to, like, do everything to prove it to you guys. I'm trying to take my pace and do things, and I feel bad sometimes because I feel like I don't show up in the ways I want to when my health is bad and stuff. So, but I feel like you guys see me, you guys understand, especially because a lot of y'all know what it's like with this chronic health shit. So you guys are fabulous, for real. One day I'll show you exactly how fabulous, but for now I can just tell you in all the corniest, kissing on the homie mouth gay way, not to be offensive, but, like, I want it to be sappy, corny, but I don't. Like, I need you guys to, I don't need you to, but, like, for real, I sit here and cry about it, like I am now. But I get so grateful for it, because I've been an outsider my whole life. And as I've been complaining about with TikTok, like, I feel like such an outsider. People see me. They like my stuff. They just don't want to include me. I've always been that kind. And I don't know what it is about autistic shit. I still don't know what it is. But yeah, definitely the outsider, which I've always considered myself a floater. I don't really feel like I'm, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm there. So it feels nice when I feel a little ungrounded that I have people who legitimately care to bring me back down in the good way. Not trying to bring me down, but, like, you guys don't let me get too spiraling out, and you remind me of the good shit without even realizing it. It's just a business venture for me. I am evil. I love it. Well, it's great chatting with you. So for an evil person, you're fantastic to chat with. But they say the devil is beautiful. So You inspire me to help the homeless in my area. I love it. And you guys, you don't even have to help the homeless people by giving food and stuff. Just acknowledging them, you know. Some people just are so mean to those who are less fortunate. And it doesn't have to be homelessness. It doesn't have to be, it could be medical. So, like, people are just, when people are frustrated with their life, they exert their focus to external, which is unfortunate because that's not what they should be doing. But they project a lot. And when they see someone struggling, they assume they're getting there because of their own fault. And it could be. But no one really chooses homelessness. It's the system that probably doesn't work for them or something, you know? Um, but sometimes just acknowledging them and saying, you can even make them a sandwich from home or give them a pack of ramen noodles. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But because I guarantee you that pack of ramen noodles is going to be amazing for them. I started with hot dogs. When I started my homeless thing, it was when I first moved here. I knew I was going to start my restaurant. And since I was a kid, I knew when I had my restaurant, I know how much waste happens in restaurants. I don't want to be wasteful. So I knew that I would be giving the food to the homeless after hours. So, and I knew I would be having a homeless organization for food and stuff like that from my restaurant, like the proceeds, you know. Or maybe it's nonprofit. I don't know how that works exactly. But I knew that was going to be the route since I was 6, 7. Okay. So I knew that. But at this point, I know that starting small is the most important because I started with hot dogs. I started with warming up hot dogs and carrying them in my backpack tons at a time. And my back was like burning in the fucking Arizona heat and just keeping it mobile because you can get fined for it. And I most certainly did not have the cleanest kitchen. So I hope to God no one got sick from my kitchen because I had a lot of roaches and stuff. But nonetheless, I was just trying to give back to the community. So when I moved back here, I told myself that I just want to get started because you can't start perfectly, right? Now I'm in a much better, cleaner home and everything. No roaches, no mold. So I feel better making food for them. But at this point now I've learned that I need kind of a commercial setting. So I need to go rent out a kitchen at a restaurant or go to a church if they'll let me use the space for free and they have a commercial licensing in their kitchen and I can, use that. But still, there's certain foods you can pass out. As a matter of fact, what I was thinking of doing, too, in August is, or maybe, wait, it is September. October. So October, I was thinking of making like smoothie pops, like because I make a lot of smoothie popsicles. So I could make like otter pops, but smoothie form, and it has like yogurt and like fruit in it. So I feel like that'd be cost effective and very easy to do. But anyway, just an idea. But nonetheless, like I knew that I was going to be doing that. So, even the hot dogs were small things. People get really get lost in the hustle and bustle in life. And sometimes I think the homeless people are just so in their mind about how things are that they forget that they're even human. And I remember, a few times just happening on people in incredible conditions. I couldn't believe that they subjected themselves to that. But I don't mean that in like a harsh way, but it shows that they don't love themselves, and it makes me sad because I don't know them and I love them and I feel love towards them, and I just hope that they get better. And I don't have enough to give them anything to make it better, but I have a hot dog. Like, if you want to take that. So just acknowledging their existence because they're really at a low point where a lot of them are living less than animals, and they feel that too because of the way other humans make them feel. So if you see someone like, sitting on the street and, it might feel awkward, but just maybe squatting down and being like, yeah, hey, how are you doing? Taking a few times and just seeing how their day is. And, I just wanted to sit and chat with you and, maybe give you some love. If you want a handshake or a hug. I can't offer much, but I can offer some good energy, and I hope you're cared about. That means a lot to people during that time. I always try to keep like a few, monies on me. It used to be cents, but now I keep dollar bills on me. Not for strippers, but for homeless people. Maybe some of them are strippers. I don't know. But there's such little ways, and it means a lot to them. You don't have to go extravagant with it. I've built up to this, so just remember that when I don't want people to think that they, aren't doing enough if they just help one homeless person, or even just talking to a homeless person, or just offering you can go through a drive-through and get free water probably a lot easier than they can go into a place and get free water. Because I know a lot of places they get hassled for it. homeless allowed, whatever. Um, maybe if you believe in praying for people, you can pray with them. I don't really believe in doing that. I find that kind of offensive, but um, I'm out there, but at the same time, I somehow generally, I'm the same way. I feel the same way. It's just because it's not everybody is attentive to you out of authenticity. It might be triggering. It might be, yeah, it's not always authentic. So, um, a lot of people don't understand me. It's a very select few, which I'm okay with. Um, but maybe more will understand me. I feel like not a lot of people understand me because of TikTok and Instagram. But I feel like maybe now that I lean into YouTube and Twitch, maybe that's where I will feel a whole different level of healing because people will understand and now find people like you, Atmosphere. So that's what it's all about, though. I get the hate for it, but I can't attract the people that I want to be in the group with me if I can't be honest, right? I would much rather attract people who are like-minded. I don't need exact copycats, but people who can get where I'm coming from. That's who I'm talking to. I don't need to be attracting a whole bunch of people that are just going to come in here and troll me and hate on me. I'm sensitive. Like, I really am sensitive. It's not that I let that stuff get to me, but I still recognize it as mean and awful. Even if I see it as projection, I'm like, damn, you're fucked up, dude. Like, you should never talk again. Something like that. So there are times like that, but I would rather be honest, and my whole thing is about leaning into it and ripping the band-aid off. Diving in the deep end is the only ways I correlate it, because spending less time bullshitting, you don't know how much time you have on this planet, so I'd rather not bullshit it, and I'd rather just be who I am straight up so that it can attract the right people, because even if I try to fake it, it'll probably offend some people and people will still hate me. So I'd rather people hate me for the real me. Hate me like a real man. No, just kidding. Anyway. And people hate me for the weirdest shit. So even if it's not valid, a lot of guys hate me because of what I do online, and they refuse to see that the illness thing is a factor and that I don't want to work for companies because it just doesn't work for me. Not companies, like I would DoorDash and stuff like that if my joints are better. Ones I can dictate my own performance, because if I want to work harder, I get paid for it. I'm not going to work harder and earn the same as fucking, I don't know, Charles over here who doesn't do shit. Okay? 100% Anthor. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Anyway, welcome in, y'all. 555. Hate me harder, daddy. Yes. Anywho, I'm going to hop off here for a bit, and then I'm going to be on TikTok and Twitch tonight. Just a reminder, if you want to donate, I would so much greatly appreciate it. You don't have to. I'm trying to get my car back tomorrow because there's a deal going on to where I can get it for $900 instead of $1,000. So, if you want to donate, link in my bio. All subs go towards my car, and we'll figure out rent tomorrow as well. But no pressure. I appreciate those who hung out with me. I'll be on TikTok and Twitch tonight, so we'll be doing the same thing, raising money for the same thing, and I think we'll have a little podcast tonight, so I need to get back in the swing of those. So we'll get back to the chaotic good podcast. So, but for now, I'm going to feed the dogs real quick. I'll be back on in like 30 minutes. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. Get some fluids in ya. Take a potty break. Poop out your poop. Eat some food, or maybe get some food ready so you can eat some food with us. I'll have my smoothie. So I'll see you guys in a bit, but if not, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay amazing. Okay. Sorry to be so weird and corny with you guys, but for real, I love y'all. Even if I barely know you guys are so great. I just appreciate the support. Anyway, if I don't see you tonight, have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. See you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. We're slowly kind of getting more consistent with things, which I'm really happy about. So, I should be seeing you guys tomorrow as well. I have a plumber coming at 11, so after the dude leaves, I don't know. Maybe I'll be in here pretending that I'm a big time streamer. Oh, guys, slow down. I can't read the chat. It's so fast. Oh, my God. Oh, 50,000 people? Oh, my God, I'm shitting and farting. Anyway, is that how I react? I don't know. Anyway, okay, bye-bye. I'll see you guys in a bit.